Hell yeah.
Gotta love a free hoodie.
Because my parents are friends with the owner of the company.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you stole from the guy you slept with.
That too.
Yeah, that was
I was about to guess.
I was at his house, just him and me, until 5 o'clock in the morning, so...
Well, you know what happens.
The dude was
after 5 o'clock.
Cole, do you have a history of repressing memories?
I don't think so.
He wouldn't know.
Yeah.
And I refuse to respond to that question.
Yeah, dude was fucking plastered though, and I didn't feel comfortable leaving him by himself, so...
Where was this?
In Omaha.
Oh, I'm back.
At his house. Because he's my parents' neighbor.
Oh.
Oh, it's neighbor. And we walked downstairs and he's like, do you want a hoodie? I was like, sure. And he was like,
You didn't read into that innuendo at all.
Naga Kuga?
His basement,
the Bexian was
and he's just got a fucking shelving unit full of like merch.
I was trying to explain what was going on in the story to my brother, who only knows that I'm doing a Monster Hunter thing. He's like, "Where's the Hunter's Guild?" I'm like,
It's
not
in
my
their homeland. I don't
"Yeah, I was gonna say that's not my problem.
We
I'm
are
not
the
being
Hunter's
affected
Guild.
by that." And he's like, "Well, it seems like you guys aren't following any kind of ethical standards." And I was like, "No, no, we're not. That's kind of the point."
That's the point.
I was describing gremlins, and he's like, this must be some kind of homebrew thing. I don't know these.
Like 80% of Gabe's stuff is homebrew.
Correct.
Yeah, it's probably a higher percentage than that, actually.
Earlier this week, we tried to shed away the 5e system as a base entirely.
Oh, really?
We weren't satisfied.
No.
We had what we came up with. There's some changes, but 5e and bounded accuracy just like too good of a it's too good of a base.
Yeah. It's the best thing 5e has going for it.
What did he say about the... Sorry, I didn't know.
Hunter's Guild. I don't remember what I said.
Something about a definite standard.
Yeah, it seems like there's no ethical standards.
Ethical standards.
Or
You know the
we're
point
not
of this
the
campaign.
we're not following any ethical standards.
Also, I know that your friends probably are not like asking and begging for you to send this to them.
No.
But I promise
Partially.
I am working on it.
Partially.
And it will be done probably within 2 weeks.
Ray has brought it up almost every week since I've told him, asking just like...
What do we have left to do?
Just like, hey, has your buddies finished this yet?
Well, I am almost done polishing the classes. I have to finish writing the exploration and roleplay section, which talks about how gear works and how the DM should run the game. And then I finally developed the monster stat block in an initiative system. I have to finish writing the descriptions for all the monsters, and then that's it.
Also, absolutely no rush whatsoever. I don't want there to be any pressure.
I need pressure, actually.
From me? Okay.
The exact same way we work.
There's a acceptable amount of pressure.
Okay.
How is that?
Yeah.
Every time my work tells me no pressure on any project, I get instantly annoyed.
Yep.
I need a due date.
I'm almost done with the classes. I have 4 left. Some of them changed names. Some of them have changed other things, but you guys are mostly unaffected. Just so you know.
Cool.
I anticipate actually nothing will change for you.
Solid. I am thoroughly loving the Ranger class.
He's gonna DM it to Brad. He's gonna post it on art/RPG design and get 20 upvotes.
I am gonna be honest. I fucking hate Reddit. I can never maneuver through it with any sort of efficiency, and it just drives me crazy.
I actually did post a question to RPG design and got some very divisive answers, but I have a few...
I would never listen to a Redditor, so...
The only reason I have Reddit at all is for when I Google something, and the only thing that comes up is a link to a Reddit post. So I have Reddit installed solely so when I click those, it just pulls me to it so I can read it and move on without it being just like, you need to install our app or accept all of these things.
I was scrolling through Reddit today in the parts room, and one of the techs walks up behind me and goes, "Is that Reddit?" And I was like,
"Are you a Redditor?"
"Yeah,
Are you a
why?"
Redditor?
And he's like, "I don't know why, but you being on Reddit just makes sense." And I was like, "What the fuck is that supposed to mean,
Bro, I
Travis?"
you as a Redditor. Oh my god.
I get...
My Reddit is full of guns and military shit. That's literally all I use it for.
I get that itch from TikTok, and it's 90% like small artists stuff. Dude, I have found so much like genuinely good music that I wouldn't have found otherwise.
That's solid.
It's
That's fair enough.
it is like or smaller up and coming artists and like D&D shorts is like 99% of what I see.
I just refuse to download it because my brother has it and the amount of stupid shit he says because he watches TikTok.
Oh, it drives me crazy, but I have found some genuinely good music from it. And not just like the sound bites that are, played over some half-naked girl twerking, because that's what 90% of TikTok is, but...
If I wanted to see that, I'd just go on campus.
Fair. But that's how the concert I've gone to last year and this year with Colton, I found those guys through TikTok. And so there's my perfect example. I love the band. I've been to 2 of their concerts. Never would have found them.
That concert I went to with Miles like 2 years ago, the only reason it was fucking packed, and the only reason it was is because they were in Lincoln the year prior, got like nobody came in at all, and then they started posting shit on TikTok, and then within a year of them starting on TikTok, the entire bourbon was full. Like it was sold out.
Last year, from that concert in, I think it's the Slowdown in Bellevue, Colton and I are on their like TikTok page because we were in one of the videos they took.
Nice.
It's my 4 seconds of fame.
So, like I mentioned earlier, I want to hear a few of your guys' thoughts on a few things about the game. Because I know that Redditors are fucking stupid, right? And you're right. But hear me out that even like in like piles of turds, sometimes you can find something meaningful. So
I never got to give you my thoughts on Reddit comments, so sure.
Does anyone think that the flowchart system does not make sense within a narrative? Mechanically, whatever. When I presented to you your flowcharts, did you say, this makes no sense, why can't I just do any of these moves at any time?
No, this makes sense to me because even
Don't you have to like lead up? Well, for mine, it's like I have to lead up into something. I can't just.
But from like a narrative, does that make sense?
Yep.
Like, does it make sense that your hunter can't just run up and suddenly perform his big smash move?
Or we have time constraints, don't we?
Yeah.
Exactly. No.
So, like, sword fighting isn't just, you don't go straight to the big move.
Yeah.
Usually there's steps, and there's, like, it's a martial art where there's, like, you can't just do a big, strong move.
It creates us more flexibility, too, instead of just having, I only do the big ones or something.
And also for both of those specifically being large melee weapons, a big part of how, like, real world fighting with those is done is through combos and using the momentum of the weapon.
Yeah.
So the flowchart, especially for those two, makes perfect sense because, like, especially with hammer, you're not gonna walk up and just pick it up over your head and big swing. You're gonna do multiple combos, and for both of them, using the weight of the weapon to actually get it up over your head and swing down is how traditional, like, great swords and heavy weapons.
Okay, have you seen those videos of that guy? This is a quick tangent. Training with the berserk gut sword on the beach.
The Dragon Slayer.
Fucking insane.
But a perfect example though of a oversized weapon.
I don't know that's a perfect example.
It is because I know what you're talking about, and you notice how, like, he does not just stand there, do one of these, and come right back down. It is a whole body process of tipping the blade down to get it up over his shoulder and swing down. The same way you swing a sledgehammer, efficiently, you are using the momentum to come over your shoulder and come back down.
And then following that idea, did the fact that doing anything besides a move from your flowchart, interrupting that process, did that feel too gamey, or did that feel like it made sense in that same way?
I think it's fine because enough of the outside of flowchart activities can be done either without interrupting the combo or already alongside it, so that the few things that do interrupt the combo feel like it's okay.
This is not a mechanical question; it's a narrative.
Oh, a narrative question.
Well, and it's like having the steps. I can't. like if I'm using a big sword and I start to build up the momentum, and then I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna get fucked up if I keep going this way. I have to pause, break the combo that I was doing, and lose that momentum. So I physically can't do the attack anymore because I broke my rhythm.
So it doesn't feel too abstract.
No, it makes sense to me.
Compounding on what he said, if he's swinging a sword and has to stop to take a shot of medicine or something like that, for the same narrative reasons, he's back to square one of where he holds his... Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, that is a reassuring thing to hear. But the fact that people still miss it, when you are designing something, you have to design for the lowest bar possible. So from now on, we are going to be calling your combo status how much tension you have, if that makes sense.
Tension or momentum, I think either would work.
Momentum's also...
I think your point of tension, or just referring to like your location on the combo tree, is fine.
I would make the argument that momentum is easier to understand across the board.
I think it makes more sense in a physical way, but following the narrative through line, and especially since some trees have non-attacking actions,
True.
I feel like tension is a little bit more apt. Momentum is definitely a good term, though.
I guess an argument could be made for Ranger that it does make sense that I have a combo tree, since most of them are just knocking a different arrow. Mechanically, it makes complete sense to be in line, but also your narrative argument around that is I have ways to skip through my tree very efficiently.
That's a good point. I'm going to leave a note about putting some narrative things in the final version, because you're actually the only ranged weapon that is not totally free to take whatever action.
And in some format, I kind of still am. But I also think Ranger would be too strong. Would have to be reworked in a lot of ways.
They're like, because they're not just swinging at each other. They have to build up that momentum, and like it's all about that timing of like I have to be in the right position to swing with enough momentum that I'm actually gonna break through this person's defense and hit where I want to hit.
Okay.
So that's why they're not just sitting there with the swords out in front of them with like a normal like short sword.
Yeah,
they're literally
a dagger,
the entire
a
time,
knife,
they're
a short
moving
sword,
it around like
very different.
Okay.
We are talking about oversized weapons for fighting oversized monsters. My response to you though, on as far as the Ranger, if you were to dissect the skill tree to be more in line with the other ranged weapons, a lot of aspects would need to be tweaked.
Which I'm not going to do, because mechanically you're supposed to be the middle ground.
I think mechanically it's perfect, and if it was out of order as it is with no skill tree, I'm doing Dragon Piercer every single turn. And I'm either Strafing Shot or Dragon Piercer. I'm not doing anything else, and that is no fun. I want to have options through the skill tree.
And then I have two questions that are slightly related to cognitive load. Does everyone understand what I mean by that term? How much you're thinking about at a given time.
Your cock load.
How much you're expected to think about in a given amount of time.
That's fair.
Do you feel like if I were to essentially eject the names of the moves outside the bubble and leave a short description inside of how it works, probably keyworded like a card game works, would that be readable or would that not be readable?
Oh, that would help me.
That would help you?
Because the whole like having to know every single thing.
So having to look up your move descriptions is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Is that agreeable?
For me, because I just am shit at remembering things like that.
As well. Okay.
I don't think I am as qualified on this topic. With Ranger, though, mine is pretty easy. Like, each of the names kind of describe what they do anyways.
Has everyone here played a card game before? Like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic? Or
Cannot wait for Slay the Spire 2.
Yeah, a little bit.
Have you read?
Yes.
You're familiar enough with how, like, the language works in a card game?
To a degree.
If there were like short summaries that used keywords inside the bubbles, would that be enough to remind you or tell you think?
Probably.
And then secondary question, do you think you would benefit if you were starting the game from a variant rule that simplified your flowcharts? I think that it's important for the classes to have most of the moves available pretty much from the start, because like I said, this game is partially about knowledge mastery. But do you feel like as a beginner, if like only your core moveset was included, and then you got the other ones later, that would be helpful?
No, because I think it is imperative that you see all of your options. I think whether it be like a border, or you could do, because I know all of this is color schemed out, so I would recommend a border around it of like newbie guide option. So along the lines of like, if you don't know what to do, a default idea would be combo 1, 2, 3.
I'm kind of including that in the class description.
Okay.
Yeah.
Having that on the flowchart might be advantageous, because like...
That's too much clutter.
Fair enough.
It's definitely an important thing, which is why I am including it in the class description now. But to have, I think, it on your reference sheet, I think might be a bit much.
But I would say, for me personally, no, because I want to see all of my options, even if I'm not using all of them. But
was it too much to learn what they all did at the start, though? Like, if you had a more manageable amount, do you think of flown more easily?
Having played the 3 weapon styles, I did no.
Okay. What do you think, Red?
I think mine's fine enough as is. I don't think it's that complicated to know the difference.
No, go ahead. Sorry, you should look at me.
But you sort of picked a simpler.
I did pick a simple weapon.
Do you feel like it was too much to learn at the start?
No.
Okay.
I guess I'll add one more thing and cut you off real quick. With the dual blades, the hardest mechanic for me to figure out was how dance worked, but then once I figured that out, the entire tree became easy. Chain hook is just not my playstyle, and that's why I struggled with it. I don't think it's too complicated. It's not my playstyle. Ranger, I think, is probably the easiest thing to learn.
I would say most of the classes sit not like a tier list, but more like a bell curve of how broken or balanced they are because of how important situations are in this game. But if we're going to talk about how powerful a class is, Chain Hook is definitely at the top of the bell curve.
All its support weapons are at the top.
Yeah,
Hunter's Horn is really good. The Chain Hook is really good. Insect Glaive is really good. Sword and Shield is really good.
Which is fine, in my opinion. Thoughts on simplified charts?
I have more thoughts than probably the time allows. So
Could you summarize or
No.
state one of them?
No.
Okay.
Sorry. Simplified charts are, in my opinion, not a good idea.
Cole, if I were to have offered you a simplified chart from the beginning that maybe scratched out like some of these moves so that your core combo was more prominent and then you got the rest of it at another level, do you think that would have been easier to learn, or do you think it would have been awkward?
I think
I got a flavor I know everyone enjoys.
having
And
it
if you don't, you're
be
wrong.
given to me at different levels, I'll find the flow that works,
Yeah.
and then I'll just be like, oh, here's a new thing.
Oh, that's a good point. Okay.
I already
agree with
found
Cole.
what works
Yeah.
with what I've been given.
And then I guess on the inverse of that, was it a fun or exciting thing to discover?
Yeah, like when you
Last
pointed-
week when you figured out
when
your
you pointed out
combo.
the waterfall splitter thing goes to river round slash, and I was like, wait a goddamn second, there is a fucking error. Yeah, I felt like an idiot, but also I was like,
But you felt so glad that you felt like an idiot, because you gotta figure it out.
What I am hearing though is that the flowcharts probably need redesigning and also keywording for reference.
I would appreciate that.
Yeah.
And then
That was the thing I think I knew always needed to happen, but hearing it makes it better.
keywording, like movement. If you could, I don't know how difficult it would be to add in like words like basic attack or something.
What it would
along
be
those
is
lines.
attack, and then you would use tags like M for melee, MA for melee area, AM for aerial melee, R for range, RE for reach.
And I would add movement as part of that.
Yeah, and token gain versus token inflict, of course, as well.
Yeah. That would, I assume you're getting to that next. The token tracking is the most complicated part, in my opinion.
You think so?
I think part of it is just this token sheet is slightly overwhelming
Really?
From the sense of like, as a ranger, I use focus and evasion, and then negative attacks towards me.
So if I were to say combine your flowchart with your main token track, and then a few slots for
more
empty,
efficient,
and then leave the status one basically how it is.
I'd leave negative status 100%. Positive status I hesitate on.
I would still leave it because of the special exception that it is in that sense.
But for active tokens, I think reducing it, because short of like Robert giving me spirit or a block token, I have yet to use dance, ammo, or counter as a bow.
I see. Okay, there's a good point. Where do I leave a note for myself?
I think topple, mount, stagger, and stun all makes complete sense.
Probably in the color guides. I was going to make the exact suggestion where we just have a individual token track for each class that includes the 3 active tokens that each class has, and then just have like 2 blank ones, or 2 or 3 blank ones, like the status one does.
Yeah.
What would be my third one?
Oh, it's a general guide of like 2 or 3. It's not a hard set number.
Well, most classes have 3 active tokens by design, and then you would have 2 empty slots for spirit or for anything else.
Because I only use 2 tokens, so I'm probably the outlier in that.
You should have dance, focus.
Yeah,
I don't use dance.
I'm certain that you gain
Nope.
dance. Really? I swear that you do.
There was dance in it.
Unless wall jump gives me dance, since I have yet to use that.
Okay, you would get evasion, you get focus.
Yep, that's it.
No dance?
No dance.
That must have been a prior iteration.
I have strafing shot. I don't need dance.
The way you had it in the initial iteration was on the green moves, you gained a dance instead of just moving 15 feet.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Well, that was a good decision on my part.
I agree. I have so much movement with strafing shot comboing on top of 2 different movement abilities and close encounter and parting shot. Giving me dance seems like overkill.
It was.
Whereas like dual blade, it is what the entire build is around.
Yeah. And this is the last question, so we can finally start after this. I think that the gear system has been a success overall, but do you feel like the management of how few slots you get is too much?
I have a simple build, so for me, no.
But even like when you're in like, let's call it an exploration phase, where you're going around the map and doing shit, do you feel like you're straining too much to fit in stuff that you need to explore or to pass certain areas?
As long as somebody has like a field kit, no.
Okay.
That I think is the most necessary for the party comp. As long as one person has a field kit, everything else can be figured out in the wild.
I think I think Ren actually has the least amount of slots at the moment.
I do.
Yep.
Because I have heavy armor.
Do you feel like you are strained too much to carry like tools or shit in addition to your combat gear?
No. I mean, I just have my expert's tools, my whetstone, and my glider cloak.
Do you feel like anything has been useless? Okay.
I've been using all my stuff.
Any
I
thoughts?
make
My ghillie suit's not been useless.
Sorry, I didn't catch it. I don't know what you said.
Sorry.
I don't know. I think I just did something like all my stuff's been useful.
Okay.
I do have a thought on how mandatory like field kits are.
Yeah, I was having a little thought about that too.
We'll talk about it.
But I think I'm just to put this out there. I think I'm fine leaving it as a game mastery thing.
I think so as well. I was going to make the same point.
I think things like flares and field kits are so important.
Torches are actually arguably better in most scenarios, in my opinion.
Regardless, though,
If enough people are curious.
some combination between torches and flares and a field kit, I think having a item that is basically required by the party to be efficient is a good thing, because it adds so much weight to that item of just like, okay, we're building our team, we're figuring out everything. Somebody has to take this, because if we don't, we're screwed. And the people that don't take it are screwed, and that's something that you can learn from.
See, I'm interested to see how this works in a 200 party, though, which is why I think cracking will be more important in that case. Because you guys have more equipment load for the group to benefit from, whereas a smaller party will have to do more running around and crafting.
I would also
It's
almost
basically
say
out of tax. on a 200 party.
Yeah.
I would almost mention that intelligence getting another gear slot is too strong.
I agree. The fact that this game uses 5e stats is a point of contention, and it will be a thing to be fixed later.
Because, like, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 things that I can carry in light armor because we have the upgrade, and I have an intelligence point that I put into the gear slot, which I feel like 5 is more. I've felt like I've had 1 more than I should this entire time.
Yeah.
Which is why I've been able to make the bullshit decision of having a ghillie suit since the very beginning.
Maybe I'll just make that cost higher. Cole, do you feel like you have been having trouble managing items, or that the choices have not been meaningful?
No, I mean, I also think that I'm just not using my items effectively.
Okay.
So that's a more on a me issue than a game issue.
And then I know I said that was the last thing, but I actually have one more question.
Game blind.
Does the fact that most of your gear just works
In combat. Oh, sorry.
What did you say?
In combat. I feel like, I'm just carrying around a whetstone for combat,
That one is a little. I feel like.
Well, a whetstone is a combat item.
Yeah.
I
feel like there's a lot of the items that I was just looking at. I'm like, well, I don't need that. It's not going to help my build.
Okay.
But
my eyes glazed over. As
I think that is a good thing, though, because playing the low gear slot, frontline hammer, and heavy armor, it is not your job to provide out-of-combat utility. Think of it like a barbarian in D&D. Your job is to do as much during combat.
I don't think that was your point.
No?
I think, Naren, you can correct me if I'm wrong, you were saying that too much of them were combat items.
Yeah, there's just a lot of combat items.
Oh.
Unless, utility stuff. Or maybe we just haven't had also a lot of opportunities to use utility stuff, so it doesn't feel like...
We've crafted most of the utility stuff we've needed. We haven't brought it with us. We've been able to make it out in the field, which I understand the balancing choice to allow the party to come in prepared for combat and forage.
Well, it's not just a balancing choice, but the thing is, I actually agree with you, Ren. I don't think there's enough utility items in the game, but the fact of the matter is I have just struggled to come up with more than what is already in the game without flooding it with useless things, if that makes sense.
It's easier to come up with combat-based items than utility.
On that point, do you feel like there are any utility niches that have not been filled?
I don't know.
You could say whatever you want, Robert.
Okay. I was going to say, variants around swimming rules. Could definitely use utility items, like treating your swim speed as like an armor class, or an armor set lower, or whatever. So heavy armor could swim, and then medium armor gets light armor swim speed.
Yeah, but that's a variant rule.
Yeah, which is why I was going to say it's not really a thing.
Yeah.
Because I think adding items around variant rules is a bad idea.
I agree.
Lowering the efficiency of crafting would be my recommendation.
Really?
Because I think with things like the field kit or the expert tools, getting 2 successes on a success is good. I think that should be the benefit, but you shouldn't automatically get something because we have not been really in a position where it's like, we need rope. There's no risk of us not being able to make the rope if we find it.
Let me say that is... I have 2 things to say. A, you have been playing in open playgrounds.
Right.
This system still supports dungeons, and we have not done any real dungeons yet. Secondly, the reason that I make crafting so easy is to prevent it from becoming tedious. The point of it is you say, we don't have this, we go look for it, we find the stuff, we make it. Those are the minimum amount of steps required for that to happen, in my opinion. And I fear that adding complexity to that, or making it more difficult, adds in monotony.
My argument is, yes, difficulty, but not necessarily complexity. I think the auto success with the tools is...
an important choice for taking the tools.
I think it's a detriment, though. I think having the ability to double your output with the tools...
Maybe that's English.
What if you cut the auto success from the field kit? Because the field kit granting auto success when its main utility, at least in our party, as far as I've seen, is holding items.
It's storage.
So you made the auto success utility on the Hunter's Almanac, I believe it's called,
and also the experts tools.
Yes.
Okay, that's fair. Having the field kit just be
a kit
field storage.
It's such a strong item as it is. It's such a staple item as it is.
We're gonna call it the field pouch, and that is all it will do.
Perfect, because I think the only reason that Ren has the experts tools is because it fits the character thematically.
No, they've been useful.
No, they've been extremely useful. I'm saying if she didn't have that narrative reason to bring the tools,
I'd still have the field kit.
She would have the field kit.
Fair.
There's no other reason for the expert tools.
Okay, and then just so we can actually start playing the game, the one thing I actually wanted to ask you guys was, does the fact that gear, like, narratively just works? It's not how much rope do I have, it's you have enough rope, you don't have enough rope. So how long, like how far do my flares cast light? It's enough or it's not enough. Does that feel intuitive, fun, or does it feel stupid and like I'm making the rules?
I think it's fine because then it's still up to the game master's discretion, because that's one thing that I find frustrating with like raw 5e is it's like if I have a 60-foot range of dark vision, if something is standing 65 feet away, it is mechanically frustrating. That's like, how the fuck can my character not see another 6 inches to see the giant monster across that threshold line? Whereas if it's up to the DM's discretion, it's just like, the monster is too far away for you to be able to see it. Or you can just barely see it. Feels a lot more satisfying than you don't see anything.
For me, it was just a cut the bullshit thing. You know, we don't need the math. Your light does or does not show.
I think it's fine.
Do you have any thoughts on that, Ren? Of stuff just working? Do you like it? Do you not like it?
I don't have any issues with it. I guess I don't really know.
Using his rope example, he's asking, does it seem cliche that's like we need rope to climb down this thing? Okay, we have enough rope.
I don't know. We never had that issue in D&D either that I recall.
That's fair.
Just like
or
a game thing.
Because in D&D it was 50 feet of rope, which is such a hard amount to like sight
I don't remember a game
anyways.
ever being like, how many feet of rope do you have all combined?
I think
I think there was like a long hole.
Yeah,
I think there was like a dead hole one time.
He
We
has
had to tie our
before,
ropes together, but it was still just
but
like...
it's never been like by
Okay.
a close
I
margin.
have a
where-
better-
Here's my counter question for this point, really quick. Is that because I know it's bullshit and I'm not asking you? Like, is it because, quote unquote, I'm a good DM, or is that just because it was never a thing that ever would have come up? Like, could you see yourself playing at a table where a DM thought it was important to ask you exactly how many feet of rope you had?
Yes.
On a recurring basis.
I don't know.
Okay.
Playing in several groups, it has come up, but never on a recurring basis.
Never to a point of inconvenience.
No, it has been like, it's an 80-foot drop and we have 50 feet of rope. Is it worth still trying and taking 30 feet of falling damage? But that spinning narratively could be, you have rope to make it down most of the way. What do you do? And it's just like, we take the fall or we try to find another way down.
That's from Cole on this little... You can even just say, I don't like it or I do like it.
I don't think it's ever been an issue. You've been my only DM really, so I don't really know anything different.
I see. Well, at least it's never been a problem, I guess.
I can rephrase. It's never felt like it mattered. Even if we had the actual amount and the asked for the actual amount, it was always either it's no way enough, it's just barely enough, or it's fine. So the number doesn't change the situation.
Maybe this was just me as a DM feeling like it was important that all of us needed to know all the time exactly how far dark vision went, or exactly how much rope you had, or how much carrying weight you could. I don't know. Thoughts?
No.
Okay.
No.
Fuck carrying weight. It's such a niche thing that comes up randomly.
I have tricked you into using it in this game.
No, I like carrying weight. Every DM I've played has only ever brought up carrying weight for things like bridges or like pulling or pushing allies or lifting specific things. It has never been how much gear does your character have on the person kind of a thing.
Carrying capacity will be the one terrible, stupid dog shit hill I will always die on. I love it.
That's fine.
I like your carrying rules for Wheel of Time were good in theory. They were just
They suck actually. In retrospect,
they were fine. A number of 1 to 10, where each item has a assigned value. Like obviously, this is better.
it was an illusion. It tricked you into thinking it was easier, and it was not. It was just making the math with small numbers,
which is easier because it's the same way. That's my main problem with normal carrying.
But the problem with carrying capacity is not that the math is hard; it's that people just don't want to do math.
Yeah, but
we do enough math in every other aspect that it's like, I would like my guy to be able to carry a second sword on his back.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with me on that kind of a thing.
Okay, I think that's enough for now. We should probably start. Thank you all. Thank you all for your feedback and for whether or not I strong-armed you into playing, quote, my original D&D game that is actually a hack.
There's a gun under the table for all of our listeners out there.
I appreciate you playing and enjoying it, hopefully, and then also the feedback you gave, even if you were not sure whether it was still helpful.
Gabe's only threatening our future children, not our current ones.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have
If
children.
you say anything bad about Dungeon Hunter, I will find all your other game groups and destroy them.
From the inside out.
Why the game group wants to play this game?
Gabe joins
You're
the
gonna
group
kill
just
your
to
first
associate
out
with
of table fans.
You just have to promise Gabe your firstborn. And then guess his name.
Joke's on him. I'm not gonna have a firstborn.
No, are you Brickbuster? Are you the guy who totally has dog shit opinions I was trying to take constructively? Okay.
Yeah, there are some. I'll tell you my thoughts on all of them later.
Basically,
Only have C-sections, then they're never firstborn. Just like Macbeth.
oh my god. Anyway. Welcome back to the Wanderer's Arc.
Oh wait, Gabe, are you sensitive about that? Are you a C-section baby as a twin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sensitive about it, though. I'm not like one of those woke C-section babies, you know?
I don't know if I'm C-section. I know both of my siblings are.
I wasn't. I know one of them is section.
I'm like the opposite of a C-section. My mom's water didn't break, and she just like, I was born in a, like, fully in, my dad says it looked like I was born in a wet Ziploc bag.
Oh, so you came out with the...
I was in the sack.
When you said the opposite of a C-section, I thought
Both
you
of
were
my
going to say that
siblings
your
were
mother
C-section.
shat you out.
I have no idea if I was.
I was 3 weeks early. I
Her
weighed,
one,
like,
I
just
was her
over
6th
6
kid.
pounds.
She just knew what was. She was in
You know how
for.
like cows give birth?
I know next to nothing about mine.
My mother has been called a super birther by 3 seconds.
So enough about birthing. We played Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh no,
Mine's
I'm trying to
definitely
meet the
on film
super
at my
birther.
parents' house.
It's all about the head-to-hip ratio.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the Wanderer's
Wait,
Arc.
were you born with a small head?
God damn it!
I was just small.
No, okay.
Is.
Welcome back.
How were you born, Game Master? Lore Master?
No,
I
remember
never-
he wasn't born.
I was never born.
Oh.
I always existed, and I always will have.
What
Anyway,
about us?
fuck off. Welcome to the Wanderer's.
I hatched from an egg.
Welcome to the Wanderer's Archives. Sorry for the late start today. I was reading a book about a goose without feet.
Fascinating tale. Please tell me the whole thing in depth.
His world still has magic.
I believe it is your turn, perhaps, to recap our study session last time.
Alright. Where did we start? It's the only thing I can never recall.
Here's a hot tip. If you don't know how to recap, pull up the upload and read the description.
I simply need like a sentence of
Returning to town.
Returning to town. Okay, so we were still in the cave having our final discussions with the members of ours that were coming back to town and the members that weren't from the Dragon's Fane Guild, right?
Yeah.
Yes, the Dragon's Fane Guild
Team.
team. We made it back. We checked in with Olaf explained how the hunt went, retrieved. Which party member came back with us alongside the professor? Was it Liz?
I think. Animal lover Liz.
And she, I guess we cooperated on her story as to the other two having died in the field. I don't know if we specified from the Baroth cave or whatnot. We talked about the Baroth and how there's a chance that it might be diseased alongside, I believe we mentioned the Nargacuga to Olaf as well.
Yeah.
Serpantha?
Those are the, okay, we're still using the Monster Hunter names, but in the document they all have legally distinct names.
Okay. For now, because I actually am proud I remembered what this one was called, the Nargacuga. Then we went about town doing our weekly things. We bought a bunch of upgrades. I did a feast. Cole did backpacks.
Yeah, and he did some counseling.
In counseling with the professor. I know the two of you both did something useful as well. I think we did 4 party things.
Nope.
No?
She did her own thing.
Oh.
I did the party thing last time. I get to be selfish this time.
She got
Okay.
her week off.
I don't recall what you two did.
I did strength training.
I did survival training.
That's what it was. Okay. And I believe that's kind of where we left off. We had a group discussion. No, we went and got the key from the Gremline ruined village.
You got the shocking mechanism, is what it's called.
Should write down that we got that.
I assume it takes up a gear slot if we try and take it anywhere.
Yep.
Welcome
to the foreshadowing of one of the dungeon mechanics.
At the moment, the key would likely be in one of Ward's many locked chests in my, because I have my own living quarters.
You all did.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember if there were other people staying in some of the other quarters.
You did not in First Rock, or whatever the fuck I call it, Launch Rock, whatever. You do now that you're at Rainbow Basin.
Okay. I didn't know if any other employees stayed.
I'm not sharing a room with Matt.
Or Nigel.
That's fine.
Or Nigel.
But I believe that was part of our discussion, is that I would hold on to the key.
Very good. Alright, you know the drill. Pages turn.
Lava dust.
In order of dust, we zoom back in on the story. Welcome back to Rainbow Basin.
Real quick, do you or Cole want a Dorito? I offered it to the other two.
I'm good.
I was gonna say, can I have Gabe's Dorito?
Yeah. You left it.
I'm eating my extra Dorito and Gabe's Dorito.
How dare you?
You have just arrived after your day trip to the Mudflats to retrieve the shocking mechanism from the merchant, who I assume you traded some funny article of clothing.
We stole the professor's underwear.
Yeah, probably, actually.
Well, no, he donated it to the church.
Willingly.
Sure.
I
got a flavor I knew everyone would accept some of.
On the way there. While we're there, would I have been able to quickly ask around if anyone else has gotten sick?
Yes.
I've borrowed enough
Roll
shit from you
culture.
over the last weeks.
19.
Yes. More gremlins from the Mudflats have gotten sick.
Despite boiling their water?
They boiled up their water?
Oh, they did. They were boiling the water. Okay.
They were not. They started. They're still getting sick.
So either they were already infected or...
Only a maximum of 7 days has passed since we last spoke to them and told them to start boiling water.
The child gremlin that translates for the king asks you if you have any news on, research that the king had requested in case you had sent anything.
We have our best people working on it.
They do not seem satisfied necessarily by that answer, but they seem to understand.
We're trying.
Yeah.
We are also in negotiations as far as getting those, should a cure be developed, getting resources to you all as well.
They seem to understand. Disappointed as they are.
Are the other two dragons staying here?
I did not assume that they would come with you.
No, the two that left, didn't they say they were staying?
Oh, they are out at the moment.
Oh. Is this at the ruins? Did I tune out at the wrong time?
No, you were correct.
Okay.
Gabe actually forgot something.
Okay.
That is. There's no way that happened. Gabe never forgets anything.
Gabe never forgets it.
Gabe's like an elephant.
Welcome back to Rainbow Base, unless you had more things to say at the Grim Light camp.
Anytime Gabe forgets something, it's actually a false hydra.
Yeah. Or,
No, not the
or
false hydra.
It was a totally intentional and not retcon.
Gabe's just gaslighting us again.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Why do you think I refuse to give actual answers to those questions?
Because you're gay.
Can't be wrong if there's no answer.
Precisely.
Have a good question, so like, I guess.
You are to leave in the morning alongside the Blades of Dawn to conduct a survey of the Skylake Estuary. So
What was the sus girl's name? Ashley?
Shannon.
Sus?
Shannon is the shifty-eyed merchant.
From Lantern Corps.
I have a sample kit and smokes.
Smoke signals.
Do we each have one?
You only have...
Or am
as a
only
party,
I carrying
you
it?
only carry things.
Okay.
For
I have the
cognitive
field kit, so it makes sense.
The field pouch.
It still says kid on my sheet.
That's wrong.
Wrong. Invalid character sheet. Burn it.
No! I have spent so much time erasing and redrawing.
Oh yeah, I should actually tell you the two things that changed about your weapon. Ren, as a slugger, when you use the Big Bang, when you use Bang 2 here on the arrow, you can go Bang 2 Big Bang. You don't have to go to Courage or whatever. You can choose to jump. That's the one change.
Oh, I assumed.
Oh, you did assume?
Yeah. if I'm being
Junctions
honest.
are intuitive. Okay. That's good.
Well, because it's been 2.
Yeah. Okay. So, basically I've been vindicated. Cole, for you, your Foresight sheath is better. It's not combo minus, it's combo equal. Power sheath is still combo minus. So, what that means is that if you're at stream 2, Foresight can give you 2 evasion, 2 counter, or 1 counter, 1 evasion like Quick Sheath does. Quick Sheath is still better in this segment, but from 2 onwards, Foresight sheath is better. That's all you need. What the fuck was I talking about?
Junctions.
Yeah.
Shut up!
I had asked about the sample kit and the smokes, and if I was carrying them or if we each had our
You
own
are
set.
the only one that has it.
Okay.
Because drama and cognitive load. Also, can someone please remind the Blades of Dawn, who you are talking to at the moment? Hi, it's me Xavier. Hi, it's me Adam. Hi, it's me Shannon. Hi, it's me Charles. What the code was with the smoke signals?
It was green. Green to was
Green
Found
was-
something good, I believe.
I think green was good.
Yeah, green was we have a corpse here for you guys to get. They has to get blood vials, right? Or,
Yeah, you're collecting mineral and water samples. They're collecting blood samples.
Yes. So we have a corpse or animal here for them to collect as green. Yellow was yellow was we need help. Please come to us. And then red was stay away from here.
Okay, I have it in the document now. Okay.
And then I assume, do they have the same, or are they using the same code with us? So
Yes.
Green is something for you guys. Yellow is please help. Red is get the fuck out.
Yep.
Get the fuck out, Cole.
I,
It's a good game.
Xavier, the expert hunter, have no doubt this will go swimmingly.
GTFO.
Swim.
You have all proven to me that you are, and you all show that you are all capable hunters, despite that being none of your backgrounds. If we were fighting or hunting back on Indus, I would call myself proud to be one of your companions.
So you're disappointed here.
Xavier opens his mouth as if to say something and then shakes his head.
I let out like a light chuckle, trying to imply I'm just giving him shit.
Yeah. He seems to have caught that bit dimension of his home. A twinkle in his eye, perhaps.
Anyone else getting death flags from this guy?
You know, something about this makes me feel like he's gonna die in a narratively unsatisfactory way.
Adam goes, whatever. Everybody knows that we can't lose. We've got file weapons on our side.
Files are the future.
He looks at you, Reggie. Your designs are unbeatable, right?
In the right hands.
Xavier actually chuckles when you say
I would like to draw a file on the side of my bow that's facing Adam. And then I'll point to it and it feels like, yep, Reggie's tech is the best.
that. Adam rolls his eyes at you. Charles, who had disappeared without all of you noticing, suddenly explodes back into the group. I have the weather report for this week.
Perfect.
What's Charles's title?
The Climatologist.
He's also a wannabe astronomer.
I'll have you know armchair astronomer.
I say that because I know you wish that was your official title as far as the company was concerned. I do not mean that derogatorily.
Which of you still interested? The eclipse is still on track to happen within 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Awesome. I will make a note of that, actually.
Anyway, the majority of our expedition will take place during light rain with some heavy storms, but there will be small periods of clear in sunlight.
Thank you,
Oh
Charles.
yeah, everyone remember to adjust your AC and move speed from adjusted armor class.
Yeah, if you change your armor, change your move speed and your armor class.
I forgot to do that, so I'm doing that now.
I don't know if Olaf told you this, but we're going to the Skylake Estuary. So named because when the water is still, it looks like it mirrors the sky above.
That's
I think it's cool.
Anyone else have anything they want to do, say, gear up, load
Any
out,
more
change?
quips?
Quips, smart comments, questions? Before we fast forward
Glare
to
at
the night?
Shannon for her lies and deceit.
Sussy Sharon.
Shannon is nowhere to be seen at the moment.
Shannon, not Sharon, my bad.
Also, not in front of these three. Remember what I told you about Nigel? I didn't tell Reggie.
The register.
The register?
With the keys and stuff, and how Nigel is trying to build one.
Oh.
I informed you, and I'm not allowed to inform Reggie. I am not allowed to inform Reggie.
Hey,
so,
Reg!
this could be a conversation that we could have tonight if we wanted to. Because I remember we talked about a bunch of shit, and then I asked you to stay back and told you about that stuff at the end of,
Yeah,
I guess, last night. So, just a reminder.
Makes sense.
What do we guys talk about up here?
That was the previous night. I will bring it up in character after these three leave.
Girls.
We were discussing fucking your mother.
My Tuesday afternoons. They are one and the same.
Well, you know, just Tuesday.
So mostly light showers with
Some intermittent heavy storms and small periods of clear. If my calculations are correct.
Can I make sure that I have my
No, we trust the
raincoat
women.
ghillie suit with me on this adventure?
Word, your closet is full of
No,
raincoats.
I have a ghillie suit for every different occasion.
You're the cartoon character whose closet is full of the only model his
Yes.
only clothes his model's been drawn with.
Alright. Just double checking that I have my right ghillie suit. My Saturday ghillie suit, if you will.
Anything else of importance before we proceed to the night and then to the morning after?
Not at the moment.
I think we're good.
Alright. It is now night. You are all resting. Father.
Wait, I would like to talk
Okay.
before we go to, like, sleep.
Okay. Any more comments? No, we're good.
You said before we go tonight. I was just like, we talk before.
Nah, I'm just being a bitch.
We talk every evening
I'm just
or
being a bitch.
close near
You
it.
can talk.
Usually.
You can talk, whatever. I don't care. Go ahead.
Keep
I don't
going with
care.
your impression.
So after dinner, you know, when we're all sitting around the campfire outside, roasting marshmallows or whatever the fuck we do.
Getting high as
I will thank these two more specifically for accompanying Father and I to go to the Gremline ruins earlier today.
Of course.
And there's more information about it, but to keep a promise, I will not mention it at the moment. And I'll just kind of like stare at you expectedly.
What was the dude's name again?
Nigel.
Nigel? Reggie, do you know Nigel?
Unfortunately.
Fair enough.
Who's Nigel?
You said Nigel is making a key.
He is trying to.
Trying to make a key. Yeah, he wasn't allowed to say that, but I'm allowed to say it. So
Just said?
To me, he didn't tell Reggie.
Yeah. I didn't tell Reggie, so I didn't lie.
He's trying to make a key.
Yeah, for the door.
So, talking to Father and Father alone, as I just like glance past this half of the table.
You actively are like,
Yeah.
I don't see no evil.
So,
say no evil.
as far as Father and I are concerned, the Colonel and Nigel are interested in building these keys as a form of power reserves. I do not know if they know anything about the door. He was very shortcoming with what he was willing to tell me. But I am pretty surprised he was willing to talk to me at all, knowing how best of friends the Colonel and I are.
I don't like him.
Sounds like
I
Nigel.
don't like his proximity to the door.
Agreed.
Nigel will do anything for $1.
So he's a whore.
It's just information that I was unwilling to say directly.
What's $1? I only speak in bonds.
That is all. I figured it would be worth noting if the two of you wish to join Father and I down this rabbit hole it seems like we're trying to go on, that we may not be the only ones. I ask that this conversation stay private, but you make your own decisions.
What marker?
And that is all. I will finish my drink and start making my way out.
Chugs the last of his drink, instantly passes out, like sitting up.
Alright, I'm gonna head out.
It's in like one cartoonish like flag and shake glob when it enters his mouth, like all
Yeah.
the leaves are pouring.
Bro's had Jello.
Yeah.
Oh,
My buddy on Wednesday made this ghost pepper jelly with like cream cheese and crackers. It was so spicy. It was the most delicious thing I've eaten in so long.
You good?
It was so
I
good.
was getting something.
Yeah, you said like, oh.
The
Well,
ghost
I made,
pepper
like, a
jelly
face,
freaked him
so-
out.
Yeah, no, like the sound. I
It
don't like
handmade ghost pepper jelly.
I'm not trying to eat all your chips.
No, you're good. I've taken like 3 of your beers over the last 2 weeks, so.
I haven't eaten dinner, so I'm kind of hungry.
Does anyone have any other closing comments before we progress into the night?
Nope, but I have some dream comments when he had this.
Ooh, you know what I could eat?
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because Cole, for the first night in the longest time you can remember, Father is given a dreamless sleep.
I don't like that.
Uh-oh, someone's doing something wrong!
Or is he doing
Someone's
something
in-
right?
Someone's in trouble!
Father, when you wake up, it is still in a cold sweat, as if you've been shown an ill omen.
Ooh, someone's been doing something wrong.
Or is he doing something
You
right?
got a bad father.
This isn't a Disney movie. What are you talking about?
Not
You're not
so
in my
father
head.
innocent.
Shut
Anyway,
You're on the right path, Father. Don't let your God steer you astray.
sunlight pours through your window, Father, dispelling the night and any fears you may have of it away. Because now it is day, and it's time for you to go out and rejoin the people.
The people. Oh yes, the people.
You reassume the guise of Father Innocent.
The guys.
The guys. I
You know.
Yeah, the multiple guys.
The way I put on a face when I go out at certain people, that kind of thing.
You have a bottle opener, Brad?
Sure.
Brad opens his mouth.
I figured you did.
It's not a literal guy.
I got this at Bella's.
We went on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I have one of the 2.5
He's
serving
five guys
Bella's like
submerged into one.
glass jugs that we keep or that you keep of the Nebraska Classic, and we both got the Witch's Brew while we were there.
I tried it. I drank it.
You have to let me try that though. I didn't have this one.
The Nebraska Classic was really good. Also, this is not a small amount of alcohol.
I wish we would have seen the larger glasses before, because I spent $45 on a total of 4 cups for each, because we each had 2, and then it was $25 for the 1 jug that was 2.5 servings. So it would have just been smarter, but
You all venture outside your quarters to meet in the town street, the main street, where you have a pub. Xavier, Shannon, Charles, Adam, they're all there.
What are you looking for, Cole?
Where are our plates?
I put them up where they're supposed to be.
What?
I put them up where they're supposed to be.
You put your dishes away?
yeah, that's
Where are the plastic plates? Don't we have plastic plates, don't we?
I might have one downstairs. I have one.
Listen, I run the dishwasher and then I put the dishes away. That's what I do.
dishwasher work now?
Yeah,
It
it's
always
worked.
We were using the
We're
right
just
method.
fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I still hand wash dishes because I'm more used to that than a dishwasher.
Well, to be honest with you, if you're like a 1 or 2 person household, washing dishes is arguably like as efficient. So.
As a 2-person household, it does not make a difference to me. It probably is less effort, realistically speaking.
Because if you are like leaving your dishes in the dishwasher, you only be running like 1 load a week, maybe, and your dishes are gonna get fucking ruined.
The toaster's broken.
Broken?
Yeah, one of the things that you set the toast on is all fucked up.
Really? Damn.
Yeah, my piece of toast just got fucking stuck.
What?
Damn, that's too bad.
I mean,
Wait, is this why my bread has not been coming out?
Yeah,
Since when?
I don't know. It was fine 2 weeks ago.
Damn.
But yeah, look at this one.
Oh shit.
Yeah, all sorts of fucked up. I'm not even sure how that would have happened.
Oh.
I have no idea.
Maybe you got stuck or something? Because, yeah, it won't even go up and down.
You are spilling.
Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm gonna put this back on the counter.
I'm back to tomorrow, anyways.
James said it resigned.
It's been a good toaster for fucking, what, like 3 years?
I lived here for 3 years, so it's been longer than that. Well, a few
I mean, it
months
still
longer than
works. I've been putting bread in it like every day, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if it still works, it still works. Piece of toast got stuck.
Right. You are about to leave.
Yes.
Sounds good.
I make sure I have my correct field ghillie suit on, not my my potluck field suit or ghillie suit on.
The potluck ghillie suit?
I have a professional ghillie suit, okay? It's for nicer occasions.
Is that so?
Okay.
I was just burping a lot. Sorry.
I think you were whispering things at me.
I was just whispering. Excuse me.
Robert loves whispering about you, Gabe.
Me too.
Okay. You all travel through the jungle, through the forest, over the hill, through the woods to grandmother's house. It is raining, just a light rain. The skies are overcast. There's a little bit of sprinkle here and there. The ground is wet, kind of muddy. There's a lot of mud stuck to your boots. Some of it has climbed up your legs. Nothing you're not used to at this point, though. It is almost always humid and rainy here in the storm belt. So.
What type of savages would live here?
What? song do I want to use for this area? I guess I'll just do this.
Are we traveling this first expanse with the Dragon's Fang?
Yeah, so I was just about to get to that.
I figured. I apologize.
You broach the edge of the Skylake Estuary, where you can see it. You are approaching it from the side of a mangrove thicket. Because it is an estuary and you are on dry ground, it is at a lower elevation to you. You have yet to descend into it. You are just about on the cusp of the... this is not natural sounding enough.
So there is Yang theme.
Give me my jungle ambience.
Ambiance.
Okay. You are just about to enter. You are, as if to say, approaching the mangrove thicket. Beyond that is the estuary itself. Charles so helpfully gave you the list of landmark locations, which I can describe to you again if necessary. But it's at this point that the Blades of Dawn turn to you all, and Xavier says, "Well, we should probably split up from here. It would be more efficient, cover more ground if we did not travel as one group."
You remember the flare code?
Yes. Red for, Adam leans in. Sir Xavier, it was green for objectives, yellow for aid, and red for danger. Yes! Thank you, Adam. Adam will play.
What does the visibility in the sky look like right now?
It is not great, but not terrible. It is like a 6 out of 10 on the visibility scale.
So it's better than the 9 out of 10 from the Nargacuga and other wyvern encounter.
We're still following the trader's flow, correct?
This is Charles clears his throat. I'm so glad you asked. The Skylake Estuary is the dumping ground of many different water sources. The trader's flow does dump into here, and there are a few of its tributaries in the area, but this is the low-lying grounds for where most of the streams on this island go. I think there are about 2 or 3 traders' flows, separate tributaries that all flow here. Not tributaries as such, because they're converts together, but you know what I mean.
Gotcha. Thank you, Charles.
Charles smiles. He's always happy to be useful.
He has been so far.
He's not gonna suck your dick.
I'm trying to be nice to him after how much shit I got for doing what I thought I was supposed to charge him.
That was just how the construction gal is.
Okay. Ward still feels a little bad.
Carly or whatever?
Connie.
That's pretty good.
Connie the construction gal. You know, because I'm very original.
Matt the materials guy.
Shannon holds up one of their bigger smoke signals. How does she sound like again? Suspicious?
Yes.
I have the smoke signals, so if anything goes wrong,
I'll use. If she gives you.
And you're not using your switch axe?
She gives you a look.
What weapon does she have on her?
Thin-lipped smile.
Reggie, never mind.
What is she wearing or carrying?
Hunting horn.
Hunting horn.
Ward looks at her, he goes, what are you wearing?
What are you wearing right now?
Underneath all that.
Light armor.
Light armor.
Khakis.
Alright, so the Blades of Dawn split off, venturing towards the center of the estuary.
Goodbye, Blades of Dawn. You will be missed.
Would you
Ward
like,
unironically would wear khakis.
would you like a overview of the locations?
Yes, please.
If I don't have to carry a map, absolutely.
This is the mangrove thicket. Here in the center is something that Charles only called the swirl. He would not give you more information.
Cryptic.
So I'm gonna swirl him in there until he gives us more information.
Here,
Swirly.
he says, is one of the Trader's Flow tributaries that comes from underground. Here is a carnivorous garden, quote-unquote garden. You ask him if it's really a garden, and he goes into a long-winded tangent about what constitutes a garden. And then here is the intertidal zone, where the estuary mixes with the sea. It is essentially a long, shallow sandbar.
Perfect. That's where we want to go. We're trying to get minerals, right?
Yeah, but I don't think. Yeah, sure.
We would obviously know what kind of minerals we're looking for. We're looking for flash salts,
I'm
right?
looking for flash salts, which looks suspiciously like solid mercury, I'll just say. A very shiny chrome-like metal with a slight golden tint to it. Charles, once again, goes on another tangent about how flash salts are actually a combination of chlorine and electrum, but...
And I know that's normally found near water deposits, correct?
Saltwater.
Saltwater.
Or, caves or low-lying areas. Really, this whole place probably has some of it everywhere.
My vote is making our way to the coast. I think that's where we would find the most of it for our time. Is this a one-day excursion?
Nope, you were given a week.
Oh, okay.
You may get it done.
I didn't know if, is this expected to be a one-day excursion, or were we given time?
Hunts take place across the entire week. You return when you get back, and then you get as much rest time as you get.
How much minerals are we required to retrieve?
They want you to get minerals from 4 different locations, but you are given bonus bonds if you get more, including anything substantial like actual metal. So,
Alright, sounds good.
That'd be my vote first.
And where are we right now?
you are in this area. You don't have to go bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. You can go around if you want. You are on the cusp of the mangrove thicket. You can choose to go around it if you want.
I think we start in mangrove thicket, right? We're already here.
Sure.
And we need minerals from 4 different areas, not just 4 different minerals.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was 4 samples or
4
not.
samples from different. You're prospecting.
Okay, gotcha. That's a word I understand.
You're prospecting.
Onward.
Any thoughts from Reggie or Father?
Oh, I'll let you speak first.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Just anywhere?
I'll ask,
What's the one?
I would have asked, our, friend, what large monster sightings were around here recently.
Which friend?
No, climatologist, the map guy.
Charles or Olaf.
Well, I believe there is a Rathian nesting in the swirl.
And he gives you a wink, because he doesn't want to tell you about the swirl. It's really cool, I promise. And then Xavier butts in and says, actually, Innovation Electric has reason to believe that the Nargacuga, is in the area. That's what.
So, I know we're coming from this direction, which makes me assume the Rainbow Basin's where you're sitting.
Yeah.
Where are the mud flats?
They are far away this direction.
Okay, so the likelihood that it's the same Nargacuga is low.
Let me be forward. I have a map. I have not shown it to you. Rainbow Basin is sitting here. There's a mountain range here. This is the mud flats. This is the estuary. So the Nargacuga would have had to circumvent the mountains or climbed over.
Okay.
Or gone under. Whatever that means.
But so in Ward's minimal knowledge, the likelihood that it's the same one is low.
Unlikely.
It's unlikely to be the same.
Okay.
Alright, so we're heading into the mangrove thicket.
Alright guys, good session. I'll see you next week.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
You find yourselves entering a section that is
I clocked up 100 hours this pay period.
dimly shaded. Normally you think it would be a beautiful place in sunlight, but it is only drops of rain and wind passing through roots. On the ground, it is nigh unnavigable because the roots are so just frequent and woven together. It's like trying to work your way across a playground. At the bottom of the playground is shallow water and mud.
The canopy looks slightly navigable if you have like something to navigate it, say like a grappling hook maybe. But other than that, you are having a very difficult time both navigating and traversing the area. You are constantly having to clamber over roots, duck under them, cut some of them out of the way. Is a nightmare.
Must have called on that point. One of Jane's grandpas passed away today, so
That's good.
it's been a long day. I was gonna go see him at the hospital, but at 4:30 she thought they were wrapping up, so she was just like, "I'll just meet you at home." But she texted me 20 minutes ago that he just now passed. So long day. Sorry, I didn't mean to kill the mood.
No, you're good. I'm just surprised that you were here.
So I guess it's not her biological grandfather. It's, I don't know if I've talked about Caleb before. The two of them are siblings, but not by blood, basically. It was his grandfather, so she's as close to being part of that family as you can be without being related by blood, so she was in a rough state, but by the time I would have been able to make it, she's doing alright. And there's already... Last time she had said there were 12 people there out of the 2 people they were allowed to have in the room. So she was like... has called me like every other hour or so. But overall, she's doing okay now.
That's good.
And I offered to cancel coming to Lincoln tonight, and she was very adamant that I be here, so... That is why I am. I think she's excited to be heading home to chill with her cat, and I think she's ordering a pizza, so.
Probably just relax. Yeah.
Yes.
I guess we better continue then, or else
So
you
sorry.
would have been there while being here. So.
All good.
Yeah, you're in the mangrove thicket. You can look around if you want, or I can continue narrating.
I was going to ask if so there are a lot of thick vines, but we can get a little bit of high ground with that grappling hook, right?
Yeah, well, essentially mangroves, as you need to remember, are trees with exposed roots that aren't above and into the water. They're woven together. It's like clambering over a jungle gym.
Yeah.
But if you have like a hook or other methods of traversal, you can just swing it again.
Can I start, like, as we're just kind of marching through, cutting and gathering vines just into the field kit?
Yeah, you're collecting pieces of woody plant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Woody plant would be the description.
Yeah.
Just thinking more to make rope, but that works.
I mean, you can get vines for like fibrous plant if you want.
I'll get some of each.
Okay. The field pouch.
Field pouch. I've fixed it.
Fix your brain, fool.
Minus 1 HP every time you sit for the kit.
Minus 1 hit dice, actually.
We all know I can't fix my brain. This shit hasn't worked in ever. But that's besides the
Or
point.
canonically can't remember names.
Yeah.
Not even I was pouch.
Alright, gang. So anybody want to do anything? Or should I?
I was going to scout out from my since I'm having easier time navigating, if I could spend a little bit of extra time pointing out both from a higher ground ways I can go to avoid like the difficulties of the mangrove, as well as any possible flash salts.
Yes.
Holy fuck.
We
We could have killed somebody
why
with
don't we
those.
make a group perception check upon which you have advantage?
Okay.
I have -1, so it won't roll well.
All that matters, Ren, is that you're a contributor. I read this interesting article that suggests that it's better to just tell you things instead of making you roll perception checks. But I'm just gonna do it anyway because you guys like rolling dice.
It's true.
I rolled a 20
Gotta get used to the clicky clackies.
and a 19.
Roll pain.
Natural 20 for a 19.
17.
20 for a 19. So father rolled higher than you, sir?
Yeah. I rolled a 19 and a 20 on my advantage. It was pretty sick.
Natty 19 for a 23.
Wait, what was your number?
17.
Thank you.
Wait, what?
What'd you get?
I rolled a natural 19 for also a 23.
Okay.
Watch this 7.
Motherfucker. All the
Describe to
natural
me, are you guys moving as like what I would call cannonball formation? Like one dense group moving together, or do you stand out?
The way I imagined it is they're cannonballing while I'm a little bit ahead, but I don't know.
What are you guys doing?
I have a grappling hook as well, but I'm also gathering
Oh! Why didn't you say so?
I just did.
Roll again with advantage.
I already have advantage from
okay.
Ranger.
Yeah.
I rolled an 18 and a 19. I don't need a third advantage on this
Insert
one.
the clip of Alucard from Castlevania and yes, fuck you.
Yes, fuck you. But so I staying closer to them, and like for areas that are more difficult to traverse while he's pointing things out.
So you are cannonballing.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Helping them travel.
Father knows that the last thing you want to do in an environment like this is to be spread apart.
Yes.
So you cannonballed with, we'll say Reggie and I.
And then you are forming as a scout, I suppose, slightly ahead of the group. Okay. On the ground level.
Guys, they're right behind us, aren't they?
On the ground floor.
They don't see me. I'm invisible with my ghillie suit.
You notice what looks like a den. A low, dry spot that has been sort of sculpted behind layers of thickly woven vines and roots. Father, there are scratch marks on the trees around you. Scales like spears, ashen gray embedded into some of them.
Do these look familiar to me?
Yes.
What do they look like?
Nargle-kugel.
Nargle.
They're Nargle-kugel. They're Google
That's the
Gaga.
legally
Google
distinct.
it.
Actually, the legally distinct name is Serpantha.
Sure, Panther.
You find some Google Gaga tracks. And then, from your high vantage point, Oliver, you're able to see that there is a ruckus occurring farther along the mangrove thicket. You can hear what sounds like shouting and grumline, and some motion high up in the canopy.
Oh wait,
Show me.
Bullseye was traveling with the Blades of Dawn, right?
Actually, he had mentioned it, but he was not with them when they left.
I guess I would have probably asked about that. That's too late now.
Who?
Bullseye.
I mean, rewind.
Hey, why isn't Bullseye with you guys?
Oh, he's then Adam puts it. He's having issues with his family.
Oh, butthole pooping on the floor again.
Ceiling this time.
Xavier says, I don't think we should really say. It's none of our business. Whoa, back to the present. Reggie, on the ground floor. You have noticed what none of the other party has, because you are actually paying attention to where you're walking. The water that you are in is saturated with shiny material. Like glitter almost.
Like the salt?
Maybe.
Point it out. As I point out the monster den of the waves.
Yeah, I guess I'll point out the water's glitteriness.
Ward's immediately distracted. I will try and see if I can sample flash salts at my feet.
Yeah, I mean, you just take the test tube. Now there's shiny water in your test tube.
Does it taste like salt?
I'm not going to taste it.
I guess it is disease water.
Do you taste it? Yes or no?
Yeah, I'd taste it.
It tastes almost like iron. Like
Easiest way to get infested ever.
Alright.
With the disease he was already...
We'll be finding the cure anyway, right?
I have the mangrove sample.
I'll point out a ruckus occurring, and gremlin voices ahead of us.
You're pretty sure some of those words are swears.
Should we help?
I'm going to actively listen for monster calls, like roars or growls.
Okay. Roll perception, I guess.
Dirty 20.
Your sharp archer ears pick up a sound on the wind, almost like ape-like monkey sounds.
I know the Monster Hunter monster, but Ward has no fucking clue what that
You better not
means.
see a laser beam coming over the horizon.
It's the orangutan from a Jungle Book.
I know the exact
Yeah, he's
Monster
doing
Hunter
the-
monster.
he's doing the-
God
the,
damn
"I wanna
it.
be like you, talk like you, walk like you." However the song goes.
Man's Red Flower.
So what do you hear?
I'm not gonna attempt to
No,
recreate
I
it.
need to hear your impersonation.
He hears the monkey sound.
No,
Ooh,
no,
aha.
no. I need to hear from you.
Ooh, ooh, ah, ah, monkey sounds.
They sound like that, like ooh, ooh, ah, ah.
More guttural than
you
I
heard
can
the zoo
attempt to
before?
make.
Why do you bully Brad so?
The monkeys at the zoo, they go, ooh, ah, ah, eat.
Yeah,
I am
Can-
monkey. Give banana.
Can you give me? There are a couple different types of primates, so I need you to give me a more visceral impersonation, so I can. try to
The
determine
closest primate sound I can make
Where
is
did you
my
learn all
own
about
at
these
fuck
primates,
you.
Yes, since when did Oliver become an expert on primates?
You write a book about Jane Goodall.
Alright, game.
Hashtag
So,
feminism.
you have noticed a den. Up ahead, you notice monkey sounds. You notice water. You notice a ruckus up ahead. You notice Nargacuga tracks. Nargacuga.
I am kind of with Oliver. I think we should try and investigate the gremlins first before the den.
Okay, yeah.
All right,
Fine with me.
I'll start swinging over.
He's the
Spider-Man.
monkey. Make the sounds. I need to know if they're different.
No. Sorry, I'm Spider-Maning over right now.
Up in the canopy head, there seems to be a group of traveling gremlins. They look pretty native. Lots of masks, woven, like, what are they called? Wicker. Yeah, wicker baskets. And a collection of brightly colored monkeys swinging in the canopy, almost with like mohawk, like crest fur. Brightly colored, like orange, red, some kind of purplish. Swinging around, flinging something at the gremlins, and generally harassing them. While the gremlins are being harassed, other monkeys are sneaking up behind them and stealing their food.
What size are these monkeys?
They are about the size of, like, a small person.
So like a chimp?
Like 4 or 3 feet tall.
It's like
Like
a chimp.
chips, yeah, like chips. But they have tails because they're monkeys.
Do any of us see these?
You hear it before you see it, and then once you, like, so you have to clamber up some of the roots till you're at, like, a higher point in the undergrowth, you can see, yeah,
I
monkeys.
immediately lose interest at the fact that they're normal monkeys.
What did you want, man?
No,
Oh.
in my mind, the gremlins were fighting like a great ape type thing with all the other megafauna monsters we've seen. And so my train of thought is perfect, more bodies to bring down.
You wanted to fight Furious
Monster.
or Zhang, apparently.
That's what I thought it was.
If Charles or the professor were here, he would be giving you a lecture on how if all animals were megafauna, they would have nothing to eat and thus would all starve.
Correct, but having heard it alongside there being gremlin shouting made me think that like
Yeah.
a major battle was taking place, and so I'm immediately less interested and want to go back to the den.
Something gets flung in your general direction and it lands on your cloak, Father. It smells terrible.
Shit.
It's dumb.
Who, did a monkey just throw shit at me?
You caught a stray, yeah.
I'm gonna fucking kill a monkey.
I love these guys. They're so silly.
I'm going to tighten my field pouch on me, as well as the rest of my gear to me.
Do you approach or do you just
Yeah,
leave?
I'd like to engage. I vote engage. What do you say, Father?
I'm not going first. on this
Shall we
one.
kill these shit-slinging simians?
I don't know that it's
Alright.
worth our time.
We're not on a
If-
time limit.
If we've all reconvened, I think there's a far more dangerous entity in this forest. We saw Nargacuga tracks and I believe a den.
Wouldn't the natives know more about that?
You're looking for mineral deposits, both aqueous
Potentially.
and mineral.
They might know to avoid it.
Well, I think they'd also have information on what it was, considering they live here.
We saw Nargacuga tracks.
I guess they might know its patterns. We don't know.
I'll follow, but my vote is against engaging.
I mean, if you are approaching, then you are engaging.
I will say that. Like, I am willing to follow the group, but my vote is against it.
What do you want to do?
Since we have turned this group into a democracy despite every party's effort against it.
I would probably vote towards it's not a part of our mission set, so it's not important.
Reggie? Thoughts?
I'd rather just stay at the task at hand. We don't need to engage in this.
I guess I'm outvoted 3-1 here.
No one wants to get covered in shit? Come on, guys!
I will flip a coin for tiebreakers. I'm all for that.
Well, it appears the party has spoken. We're not engaging with the monkeys. Or the poor gremlins.
You and I don't engage in the scenario.
There are other scenarios.
It definitely looked like the gremlin started this problem.
It did not!
No.
Alright, so you've come back to the little central area where you guys thought was clear enough to scout.
I would like to, as stealthily as possible, scout this den.
Scout the den? You gotta get into the den first. There is a thick, like blunt your weapon thick, covering of vines and roots in the way.
Time to make a torch. Forest fire time.
Really?
Yeah.
Alright, what you need to craft torches? I think it's just woody plants.
Well, wouldn't you know, I have plenty of those.
Also, isn't it incredibly hard to burn through mangrove thickets?
I wasn't gonna say anything.
That's why I'm not worried about an actual forest fire.
I don't think you're going to be able to get any progress done on this actual thicket, or this blockade.
I'm gonna try. See if I can't get enough out for us to pass through.
Would anyone like to contribute?
Reggie, you want to help me out here?
I can help you out.
You gonna use, what? How are you helping us?
Experts tool.
Do you have like a tool for like destroying things?
My hammer.
Hammer!
Okay, first, make me a craft check. You do not have any crafting.
Right, because I nerfed my fuel kit. That is still a 13 plus 5.
Okay, so the ingredient is consumed and the desired item is made. You have made a bundle of torches.
Okay. I'm going to try and just like start burning a hole, trying to keep it condensed. Hoping Reggie will be able to swing through it, but just to weaken like the point of impact.
You make me, hold on, I have to check if the rules I made for this now, because it's important. And then, Reggie, you make me,
Reggie
roll,
smash.
Reggie, you roll with an athletics check with advantage, and then you roll a nature check, straight.
Natural 20.
Got it.
Nature.
Unnatural.
20 on it.
Where's my nature?
What
Plus
is the point
2.
of failure and success states if you only succeed? Okay. Well,
What?
Oh, I just threw my knife down and I got a 3.
Ward, you are burning away bits of plant material until Oliver says out loud, "Hey, aren't mangrove thickets like notoriously difficult to burn?" And it's almost like your fire immediately stops working. No, what you actually realize is you had been burning dead vines out of the way, and now that most of the living plant matter, which is thoroughly soaked with water from being, in a mangrove thicket, it's not burning too well. But Reggie, you come through like a wrecking ball with your hammer. It doesn't even need to be edged. Just with such force, you break through some of the roots, and you clear a path.
It's crazy. You can't blunt a blunt object.
It's
Wonderful.
Not a great path. You kind of have to crawl through, and it involves some laser hallway spy action to kind of like maneuver around some of the thicker vines and roots that will move. You can get into the den.
Don't grapple hook through, you're gonna break your foot accidentally.
You guys seen that clip of the Dark Souls character with the large helmet hitting his head on the ladder?
Yeah.
Do you enter the den?
Yes, sir.
It's dark inside the den.
I try and stealth.
Roll stealth.
I'm trying to be as sneaky as possible.
Do you still have your torch out?
Yes.
Is anyone providing light?
He is, with his torch.
I have my torch still. And my natural 20 plus 7 stealth.
Okay.
I am a bundle of sticks.
We're gonna use my degrees of success system for this because we gotta be realistic. You are setting a small amount of light. You are cloaking your torch within your cloak so you can like cast it almost like a cone.
Hell yeah.
But it's not a lot. It's not easy to search these conditions.
That's fine.
You guys enter the den. Mm-hmm. There's a small dip down, and then it travels upwards into the trunk of a particularly thick mangrove.
Okay. I will unstealth and open the torch the rest of the way. I was trying to be less of a super bright flash into the cave.
This is a den nestled between tree roots. It's not so much a cave as it is like a sheltered spot amidst foliage.
I would first like to look for some other entrance to it.
You see no other entrance.
So likely a den that, God, if I could stop hiccuping, has not been used in quite some time.
Quite some time. You cast your eyes around the area. The floor itself is coated in a thick amount of dead leaf litter and other sorts of plants. There appears to be no entrance. There are no like scratch or drag marks, which suggests like large monster presence. There is a small scrap of cloth in one corner.
Cloth?
Yes.
What's on it?
It
If
appears to
anything.
be a piece of cloth, half buried in leaf litter.
I'll pick it up.
You pick it up.
I'm cursed, guys.
Ward doesn't believe in curses.
From underneath the blanket, it was actually a blanket, 3 monkeys burst out of the leaf litter. Upon trying to make their way out of the den, they scratch past you for sure.
Yep.
The rest of you maybe. We'll see.
If I saw a monkey flying at me, I'd slap it out of the air.
You slap it out of the air?
Yeah.
Roll an attack roll.
I know I don't get to react
What
to
do I
this.
add? Just like my strength?
It's a attack roll. So your attack bonus.
Oh, what's... 23.
Should be plus 9.
Would I be able to try to use acrobatics to try and evade?
Yeah, you are not close like Ward was, so you may attempt acrobatic. Father, would you like to do anything to evade the swarm of oncoming monkeys?
There's 3 of them.
I fucking slap it.
It's the disappointed dad slap.
They just fucking black.
You kill one? You draw your steel?
Yeah. As one runs past me, I just like pull out my sword and just...
Make an attack roll.
Wow, unnecessary violence from father.
Father,
We're gonna see that coming.
Ward,
I'm
I'm going
being
to tell
attacked
you.
by monkeys!
There you are.
You take 8
They're
damage.
being run past.
Ouch!
They're
As-
actively fleeing.
One of the monkeys flies in your face, scratches it, leaves something brown on your nose, and then flies off. What'd you get?
Ouch.
21.
21, and your tackle was 23, I believe, Reggie. Reggie, you were standing far enough away that you have sufficient time to unsheath your hammer, and then as a monkey flies towards you, you uppercut it into the air, where Oliver just like cleanly sidesteps, where it splats into the ground, and then scrabbles away. Father, you see one just kind of like loping in your direction menacingly. It's kind of down.
Loping menacingly.
Father ain't no bitch. He sees this monkey coming towards him. He's like, I ain't gonna back down. Fucking pulls out the sword.
It's just doing one of these walks at you.
Yeah, he was like
The Conor McGregor walk towards you.
he like slicks into mohawk.
Father, innocent girl socially threatened by monkeys.
Trying to
I
be dominant,
wipe off my
literally
face and just like throw the shit on the ground.
On the bright side, it looks like this blanket you had was concealing some items. There may be more hidden in the leaf litter.
More monkeys or
What?
more items?
Yes.
I will start going through.
Where do you find the bag of files?
Holy
Find a
shit!
baby.
Careful with that.
Can that fit in the field pouch?
Nope, that's an item.
Okay.
An ammo pouch.
Okay. Bag of files,
A hatchet
hatchet,
and a retractable net.
and a retractable net.
All
Okay.
three of which are item slots.
I will.
That's not all. Reggie, after you explore the spot where the monkey you hit landed, you find some portable explosives covered in leaf litter. Seemingly dry.
And 20 bonds.
Yeah, you only got 20 bonds? That monkey's a whole wallet?
That monkey works for
Would I be
inefficient
able to?
electric.
Could I take the nature check to try and identify what these types of monkeys and what they're called?
Yeah, I'll let you.
Uh, 16.
They're called garboons.
Garboons.
You're pretty sure they used to have a pack leader like a Great Roggy, but when Innovation Electric first came to these islands, they were all slaughtered.
Okay.
No!
I'm going to take the bag of files.
What
The
about
ammo pouch?
Yeah, the ammo pouch, and I will. Can I carry the grappling hook, like just in my hands?
Yeah, but if combat or if something else
Okay.
engages you,
I
you have to
will.
drop it.
I will carry the psycho serum then.
Okay.
Okay, what about the event quest though? Where everything is starting shit. What about the event quest?
What?
There's an event quest. The leader monkey has an event quest in the base games, where the entire map has like a brown texture over it. It's like there's a brown fog, and you're constantly having the shit effect applied to you.
Damn.
It's incredible.
Very fun.
I'll hand the hatchet to Father if he wants to carry it. If you want to leave it, do so. And I will also hand you the retractable net. Or no, I'd hand the retractable net to you. You have a higher likelihood of using
I'll carry
it.
the hatchet for the time being. I have it open.
Oh, you have an open slot? Oh, nice.
Oh shit.
Real shit?
Real
Want me to
shit?
open gear slot?
Bum,
No.
bum,
Why do you have an open gear slot?
bum, bum,
You just chose not to bring something?
Figured for the hatchet.
bum,
Oh, wait.
Well,
No.
Father, with your newfound hatchet, do you wish to re-explore the mangrove thicket?
Wait. I have 5 slots.
You should have. What armor are you wearing?
Medium.
You should have 6.
Oh.
Are
then
you
yeah,
wearing medium or are you wearing light?
medium?
Where's the medium?
That's 3.
No, you have the dog,
Old
remember?
Scratch is 3.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you brought Old Scratch? I'm
Yeah.
4. Yeah, Old Scratch is here. Hell yeah.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, fuck the monkeys. Old Scratch is here.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Is Old Scratch like going around sniffing the shit?
Oh, yeah. Old Scratch. You catch Old Scratch trying to eat some monkey shit.
Scratch, brother.
Scratch is your brother?
No. Scratch is.
Yeah, Scratch, why didn't you warn us?
What the fuck?
There's too many scents going on right now.
Yeah. Scratch has had a hell of a time getting through this mangrove thicket, by the way.
Yeah, Scratch is like passed out.
I like to think you and I have been alternated carrying him and what arm and grappling hook
Scratch
is.
suddenly shakes all the water off his coat, filling the den with wet dog smell.
Lovely. Cole, you want to search?
I mean, what do you guys want to do next?
Since we do hatchet,
Is there more to search?
I mean, in this area?
In the den.
You don't think so. You thoroughly searched the leaf litter, and that's all the treasures you found.
as you come back, we meet the other monkeys that were attacking the Grimmel-Con. Grimmon's on the way back.
Alright.
Alright. I'm interested. Is the trunk? So you say like goes up into a large trunk of a mangrove. How is it solid or hollow?
It appears to be hollow to a point, and then it becomes solid again.
Okay.
Likely a dead tree of some kind. You're quite lucky it didn't catch fire, actually. A little wet.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm satisfied. Then we can move on.
Move on to where?
Keep exploring the mangrove. Have we gotten any samples yet?
Yeah, I got one.
Are you sure those are samples?
I will show you the sample.
Tasted like flesh.
Slurry water.
Does that sound accurate?
There.
I feel like
Actually, Reggie, roll machinery for me.
18.
Reggie, as someone who works with files, you know that you can test if it is actual flash salts by connecting the glass of an already charged file with the sample.
Okay, I test it.
You shake up the file, clang it together. There's kind of a weak separation where the glittery bits in the water sort of migrate towards the charged file, but a lot of it seems to be dirt.
Yeah, I feel like that's very diluted. I feel like we could get a better sample.
Can I go back to the stream and do a little digging?
To where?
The water trail that we were on before entering.
Yeah, you may. Is anyone joining you?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go along.
Okay. Make a group investigation check. And if you use a gear item, you have advantage.
Cole, you can use that hatchet to
Chop up some mangrove trees.
to dig or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Clear up away debris.
Investigation.
Yeah.
That's a good thing I adventured on that.
Cool.
The first roll was fine. Fuck. 19.
19?
7.
Any gear?
17.
Any gear?
23 with no gear.
Unless I can use a grappling hook. I don't know. I can argue it.
If you want to argue it, I'll accept it. But you gotta argue it. Okay. Well, together you search the area again.
I have the sample kit. That's my argument.
That's right, pal. you search the immediate area, don't find anything, so you fan out just a little bit. Father, while hacking away some mangrove roots, you find a large chunk of what appears to be metal embedded halfway up the trunk.
I found a thing.
And it looks like a big chunk of flash salt. It's like a mercury-like solid with a sort of gold tint to it.
Alright, who brought the mining kit?
Hell yeah.
Did we bring a Maddox?
No one brought
You just use your hatchet, Father.
Wait, what did we put on Old Scratch? Where are these people Old Scratch? What did you put on him? Just rope?
Yes.
You could put today's on him.
Yeah, that's how I had the
Oh,
slot as the hatchet.
Father, you can just use your hatchet. I mean, it's not good for it, but you can
Fine.
use your hatchet.
It was a free hatchet. No,
Yeah.
it's fine.
You're welcome.
Father, ping, 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 knocks some chunks,
I'll sharpen it.
almost like chiseling a fossil, off of the deposit.
We lose the ore. We might as well down pickaxe.
You manage to collect sizable chunks into the sample kit. You think that this is definitely worth those bucks. Yeah. Distantly,
I don't have enough space for all of this.
Oliver, you hear the sound of more monkey hooping. More monkeys hooping and hollering.
Oh, it's still attacking the same gremlin group.
Do you look?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
They look like they're stuck in this scenario until we engage with them.
Oh, the monkeys seem to be winning, actually.
Yeah, they're actively winning.
They're actively winning.
Well, it's a good thing we're going around because we've got what we needed from this area.
I've already been outvoted on this. I can't contest it.
Alright, where do you guys want to go next?
The
What's
swirl.
T?
That is the Trader's Flow underground cavern.
C?
C is the Carnivorous Garden.
I vote I personally. I think going to the shores.
I'd like to go to the swirl first on the way then.
You want? Yeah. Okay. I'm just trying to avoid combat, but I get why.
I'd like to go to the swirl because I would even get eyes on the Rathian or the Vexian, and simply avoid it from there by tracking its position.
Fair enough.
It should be easy to track as it's a flying creature.
What is the party we're doing this week again?
I want to get to the shore, but I'm fine going to the spiral first.
She's just walking into her dorm.
Oh, okay. So we're going to the swirl?
Yep.
Agreed upon?
Ooh, swirl ice cream?
Robert hung up on me.
Robert's like, I'm not playing these games right now.
No, he pulled out his phone. He was ready to play the game.
No.
He was either calling me or Maya. Or Gabe. Fuck you.
I hate this guy.
You click.
Blocks. Actually, you know what? Here, let me just,
Blocked.
40230
Nice try by my voicemail box.
100.
Hey,
Is
dox
not
this guy.
available.
Hey, you can call him. Anyone
That
listen to the
Oh shit! Oh hell no!
God damn it. That got so violent and so real so fast.
Wait, what is this guy? Oh! Oh no!
And we were all quiet for that too.
Just stop the recording and then
Stop the count.
cut the last like 2 minutes off the end of it and then start the recording again.
You have an air bladder, right, Reggie?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, you all have made it to the point of the estuary where the ground is too deep and you have to swim. I am so happy to tell you that if you are in light armor, your swim speed is unaffected. If you are in medium armor, you swim at half speed. If you are heavy armor, you
Womp womp.
cannot swim.
I have Scratch.
Yeah, Scratch is carrying you, which don't ask me how it works, but he's doing it. He's got the air bladder under his chin like a lifeguard tube. He's making it work.
I also have an air bladder.
Yeah, so then there are 2 air bladders.
Well, we brought two.
They actually brought like inflatable paddle boat.
We brought 2 air bladders intentionally.
As you are all swimming forward, are we grouping ourselves as a cannonball in marching order, or are we fanning out?
2 by 2.
I was gonna ask for a 2x2.
Marching order by swim speed, I assume?
Sure.
So Father
me
and
in the
I
back.
up front.
Nope. You and me up front.
Oh, is he? I thought you were in medium.
Nope, he's in medium.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Cole's in mid. Cole's mid armor.
I guess you and I are normally the 2 up front, so nothing different.
Since you two are in the front, you see it first. Out of the surface of the water, there is a large, like, y'all seen chimney rock?
Yeah.
It's like a chimney rock, but it's made of electrum, flashlight. As it sort of goes upwards like an hourglass, it cups at the top, and you can see bits of straw and vine and dead plant material sticking out.
The nest.
Around you, within the area, are bits of mangrove tree that are still peeking above the water, but it appears that they have sunken in. So you could like climb up into the canopy a little bit, but you're still very close to the
I
water.
assume we've just been using those as like rest stops.
Yeah. As you continue swimming forward, you see past, slightly to the side of this chimney rock-like structure, green smoke beginning to plume up into the air.
Can we tell if that's referring to Chimney Rock?
Very good look.
Do we want to head to the smoke first?
Definitely had to smoke first.
Okay.
As you sort of border around the large precipice, let's call it, you see bits of rather than see, bits of current tugging you towards it. And then almost like creases on the water as it bends inwards and swirls towards the precipice. But you swim past towards the tree canopy where the green smoke is coming from, where you see Adam and Charles in the canopy. Upon making eye contact. Charles stands up to wave at you, and Adam quickly pulls him back down.
And this man has 0 survival instincts.
He's a climatologist. Not a. I mean, he's a hunter now.
So I say we continue towards them. I will also mention as we're trying to talk while we're swimming, in between breaths, not sure how much. No, I'm breathing. Ward swims with his head above water as much as possible. You think this could be what's causing the trader's flow?
Yeah, specifically?
Seeing the water kind of spiraling towards it could be drawing the trader's flow water to it. If it perhaps is drawing flash salts towards itself. If the trader's flow is covered, for lack of a better word, infested with the flash salts, could be. I don't know that Ward would understand magnetism, or if that would apply to this, but...
Could I roll a machinery check, I guess? Like, see how much I would...
History, machinery.
Can I assist with history?
You may. Or, actually, this is probably more appropriate for Reggie, actually, if you went to his history.
Yeah, I can. Oh, wait, you don't know my roll. Unless you want my roll. I don't have...
I would rather have had you roll, but...
I have a +2 to history.
I have +5
I
to
also have a
history.
+2, so 19.
Okay. Reggie, you've seen this before. These are the patterns that minerals and water make under magnetic fields. What you are stating that you two, piecing your heads together, are able to figure out is some kind of swirling whirlpool, probably towards a hole at the base, whatever that could mean, because you're in an estuary, this should be at sea level. Ominous. But once you get to the canopy, you can sort of pull yourselves up towards Charles and Adam. You can see shifting patterns in the water, almost like wind across fields of waving wheat, as glittering glints of metal dance in like sine wave patterns, waving back and forth, shifting and turning, almost like an aurora borealis. Charles opens his mouth to exclaim something, and Adam claps it over. Then he goes, "Don't you spoil? Cool, isn't it? Now you think why I didn't want to spoil it for you?"
I will, make eye contact to acknowledge and just nod.
I'm going to I'm trying to do a quick glance around, see if I see Xavier or Shannon.
You start looking around. Adam quickly turns to you and he points up at the precipice. They're up there. We're trying to set a trap for the Rathian.
Oh, I thought you... Yeah, okay.
I would like to look for the Rathian.
You don't see it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'll make you roll for that. You don't see it. It's not here.
Fair enough.
Do you want to grab samples while we're here?
Yes. I will do so. Or attempt to do so.
Do you swim out towards the precipice?
Father, you want to come with me?
Sure, why not?
Cool. I brought one. I brought Father. Cole, I'm gonna need you to lock the fuck in. We're gonna fight a dragon from underwater.
Here is the top of the precipice. How are you climbing it, first of all?
Grappling.
Oh, this goes without saying. Anything in your hands, you're going to have to slot in because you were swimming. So, if you had hit items you were holding, drop them.
Okay. I'll turn to you then.
Try to one that.
Okay. We're saying that you stashed them in the mangrove thicket.
Could you have... Do you have anything you could stash? Like the rope or something else?
I mean, I have a rope and a hatchet.
Could you stash one of those so I could have Old Scratch carry the bag of files so I can keep my Psycho Serum?
Yeah.
Okay.
Psycho Serum.
It's a nice, shot of whiskey mid-combat, and I would like to not toss that, and rope can be remade easier.
Just leave behind the rest then.
So if Old Scratch can have the bag of files, then I can keep it marked on my end, but
I would do
I'll make a note that it's Old Scratch's. Or he's carrying it.
So you are climbing up with your grappling hook?
Yes.
Normally it would make you roll, but as you throw up your hook, you find sturdy hands on the top, grab it, and pull you up. Xavier and Shannon are both at the top.
Can I bring Father with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shannon is being yelled at by Xavier currently, after he pulls you up. What were you thinking giving Charles the smoke signals? He's revealed our location! I thought that it would be better if we all had a smoke signal in case something happened.
Charles isn't here.
Shannon says that.
Oh.
About
Is she
Charles.
mimicking Charles' stutter to insult him?
She's upset. Normal people stutter.
Like that.
Yeah. I thought it's fine. It's too late. It's too late. We better get out of here before the Rathian shows up.
Agreed.
He turns to face you three. If you all, he turns to face Father and Ward rather. If you two don't want to fight a wyvern in the middle of a lake, I recommend fleeing.
I feel like we fought worse.
We fought.
We have
We
not-
avoided this thing.
We have not fought worse.
No. Do you think we have time to grab a sample on our way down? I will attempt to do that.
Can I help with? I just help. Well, many hands make light work, as they say.
Off in the distance,
Okay.
a T-shaped silhouette flying slowly in your general direction. You two look down in unison to see that the nest has eggs in it. And then off to the side, a green smoke signal.
Hey, Father, you should take one noble.
At this point, Reggie and Oliver, you both also hear a roar. At this point, Adam dives into the water. Charles looks at you, looks at Adam, shrugs, and jumps into the water and starts swimming in the opposite direction.
If this is a nest, is there any broken chunks of metal from claw scratches and just scattered debris
Would
amongst
you like
the
to take
twigs?
the time to check? Reggie and Oliver, you see a woman get shoved off of the precipice into the water. Xavier turns towards you two, shrugs, and then jumps off as well.
I'm gonna look up at you. Can I see it?
Well, actually, Xavier looks at you, and you grabs one of the eggs, smiles, and then jumps off.
That's my
Okay,
guess.
if he has time to grab one of the eggs, I'm gonna try to grab like a chunk of debris
That's
or
different.
metal.
You would have to locate said chunk first. The egg is just sitting there.
Okay, I will take 6 seconds to look.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Father, are you okay with him doing this?
Or you can jump off.
I'm staying with you, so.
Can you assist me? Can we look for a chunk?
You may.
This is so stupid.
I don't want to come back here.
Easy.
He said this thing is flying slowly in our general direction, and I am willing to bet that he is going to target the smoke signal before the nest. That is my thought
I would
process.
assume the Rathian's first priority would be her own eggs, when she saw any disturbance near it.
Roll initiative.
All of us, or just Father?
Everyone.
Father, I think we may have fucked up.
Were we able to search before initiative?
You are doing this in initiative.
So we
You will
won't-
have a round before the red units here.
Okay.
Because these two need to position. Especially that one. Ward.
18. Hey, if the others just jumped and are swimming away, we can do the same thing
Reggie.
round
Well,
one.
8.
one thing that you know, none of the Blades of Dawn seem to be wearing heavy armor.
Reggie's on land and away from the nest.
I'm built different.
Oliver?
She got a little scratch.
Different.
Built different. Built wrong.
Father.
I got a 19. You seen the video of the dude who like cracks an egg in his bicep? Different.
And there's the super skinny girl just. Oh. Sad.
Built different.
He snaps and he's like, I'm built different.
From the water, Xavier shouts out a few orders. Charles! Charles, take this egg! Shannon! Throw a red smoke signal that way! Adam, over here with me! From your vantage point, let me place you guys actually.
About no.
Combat was going to start whether we jumped or stayed.
I am not going to agree with that because.
What?
See,
Alright.
what happens now is the Rathian gets sight of us, and then
let's actually put you
we
guys
try and
in.
run away, and it chases us. Before, it just never sees us, and we're just away.
Okay, Father and Oliver, you two are up on the precipice. Reggie and Oliver, you are here with Scratch in that canopy. I will say, actually no, I will let what plays out. Rathian uses her first turn to get closer. All right, Father, it's your turn. 3 actions. You 3 of them.
Should I? First action, look for material.
Maybe we just go. It honestly might not be too late for us to just run away if it's taking its action to get towards us.
Well, I can use one action to search, and then use my 2 other actions to get the fuck out of Dodge.
True.
Well, if you use the action to search and find something, what are you going to do with the other actions then? Are you going to try and obtain it? Okay,
Here's the thing.
What does
also.
a dash still do?
Gives you 2 dance tokens.
Here's my opinion here. Oh, good.
Monsters are always faster than you. Just something to remember.
So, here's my opinion here. We commit fully one way or the other. We do not half-ass this. We are either searching and getting this, or we are not.
Not realizing we were going to proc combat, I thought we had a round to
This is your round.
Okay.
We're doing initiative, so it's working.
Then let's just go.
Alright, we're getting the fuck out of Dodge.
You already got our sample we needed, right?
Not from this location.
Oh, I thought you'd grab it in the water earlier and then head up.
I was trying to gather a sample in the water, and I was told I had to come up here, so.
Nice.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I did.
I asked to get a sample, and you said, are you bringing anyone with you? I said, Father. I assuming we were swimming to the base, and you had me climb up.
Well, I asked you what you were using to climb up the precipice.
I didn't know we were climbing on top of it. I was hoping to gather something from the base.
My apologies.
No, it's alright. It's the situation we found ourselves in. We're getting the fuck out of Dodge. We'll come back to this.
Yeet. I'm fucking using all of my actions to get as fucking far away from this tower as possible.
Okay.
And lucky enough, I'm right after you, so.
Aim for the bushes.
You're getting out
Aim
of dodge.
for the bushes.
You're getting out of dodge.
Yep.
You guys getting out of dodge. Okay.
I don't abandon gang. I abandon with gang.
Is the plan to flee or to hide?
I was going to say just say hide.
Hide? I think we leave and come back.
I was going to say get a little further away from where we are now and then hide.
Okay, so I guess that'll be up to what you guys do. So the first action, Father gets the fuck out of Dodge, I assume towards you guys.
Do you mind me
and I
tasting
follow.
your cider?
You're gonna taste your
There's not a whole lot
I
left.
didn't do that. Don't mind if I do.
So I guess that would be up to what you two do on your first turn. Father and I get to you guys.
I wish there was just more cherryness to it, I guess,
Yeah.
but still good.
So, okay, so I guess first, Qual, do you want me to move your character?
Yeah.
Are you moving towards them?
Just
Yeah.
okay. Hold on, 1 second. Are we fleeing and hiding? What is the plan? Just tell me so we can play this out. Fleeing and hiding.
Yeah, I would like to not.
You are surrounded by water and trees as far as the eye can see.
You will have to hide in a tree or underwater. Is that acceptable?
Yeah.
If our options are run or run and then hide, I think we're better off just running.
Alright, which way did Xavier's party go?
This way.
I say we just follow them.
Sure.
So I should jump off that way?
Yeah.
Follow them? Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow too. I'm following Father right now. It's the
Father.
closest thing I've ever been to religious. I'm following the priest.
Okay. We will do this
When in doubt, priest.
one step at a time. Father, you jump into the water and swim towards Xavier.
Yeah.
Once you get, let's say, here, Xavier turns around and says, "What are you doing? We're trying to cause a distraction. Swim the other way."
You should have fucking said something.
There was no time! I thought you got it!
You literally grabbed the egg, smiled, and whatever, it's fine.
It's like, he gave a coy smile and said, I'm out of here. And then,
He was working with the narrative assumption that you were part of the plan, that you were in on the plan.
Okay, Cole, you still have
Because he
another
used a red
45
smoke signal.
move
green.
speed.
No. Adam and Charles used the green one. Xavier called for a red one.
Oh. You've moved half your movement speed. You can swim another 45 that way.
Yeah, I'm going. Well, I'm gonna have to use my last action.
so
now.
he called for a red one and they
Oh.
used the wrong one.
Okay, this is what happened. Charles and Adam let off a green signal to tell you guys that they were here and there was deposits. When Xavier was up on the precipice with you two, he called for a red smoke signal.
Okay.
Under the assumption that you would understand what it means, gave you a coy smile because he was stealing an egg to serve as a distraction, and then ran away.
I missed the part with the red signal.
I also missed the smoke signal,
The highlight of that was like he's giving orders and he's grabbing an egg and trying to run. And gave a coy smile.
Okay, I did not make that clear.
all
I
good.
missed it.
All good.
Well, Father, your movement speed is half because you're wearing water. You're wearing medium armor. Your movement speed is 15 feet.
You have one more action.
Can I just hide in the water?
Yeah.
Sing.
Use skill.
Use what?
Use skill.
But he's saying that that's the action.
Use a skill, like a stealth skill.
That's the action.
What skill are you using to hide?
Survival? Would that
Okay.
work?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll survive it.
Hell yeah. I'll fucking take it. That's a 16.
Father, sorry, sword. Dig the blade of your sword into some mud so you can keep yourself low in the water, far enough away from the surface.
Okay. 5,
What's
10,
next?
15,
You're also
20,
following?
25, 30.
Xavier is throwing up his
45,
hands as best as he
40.
can while swimming.
Well, he just yelled at him.
What are you doing?
I am being smart. I am getting to Father, and then I am going to stealth. I have an air bladder, so the two of us can stay underwater and hide more effectively.
Xavier says, "Sorry, I just assumed."
I am hiding
Actually, sorry.
underwater with him, so we can stealth more effectively.
Beyond the initial warning, that would not have been Xavier. Xavier's too cool and composed for that. That would have been Adam shouting at you.
Okay. So, stealth. That is a 25.
You grab onto Father. Father, you realize that your plan may have been a little bit, what is it called?
Ambitious?
What is it called when you come too early to like an event?
Oh!
I don't understand. I don't.
Premeditative?
Premature! Father,
I mean, it's the same thing, premature ejaculation.
you're... I'm on one today. Father...
Okay, make sure Mike got that.
Father, your plan was premature. You realized you had no breathing method. When Ward dives down, shares an air bladder with you.
So and I will also attempt to kind of throw the ghillie suit over him a little
Yeah.
bit. We are stealthing underwater, we are breathing underwater, we are chilling underwater together.
Who's next out of Reggie or Father? Or sorry,
I
Oliver.
got an 8. Oh, wait, it's on the list. It's Oliver.
Oliver.
Yeah. I say we just run the opposite way. They can maneuver underwater with the air. You have 2 air bladder?
I have one, Reggie has one.
Oh, never mind. I thought you had 2 and gave 1 to him.
No, that's why I came
They're
to
sharing.
him.
They're breathing into each other.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gabe.
It's the closest thing I've been to a religious man.
They're kissing each other. It's super hot.
Underwater too. Some fucking merman.
I guess we're hiding. Yeah. Can I?
You said hide.
I said run, but
no, you said hide.
I said run. I said run or hide. And I'm like, we could try and do both. And then I said we should commit to one or the other. But since we are hiding now, may I try and?
You can run.
That's just super dumb.
It is. I'm just saying you can.
Yeah, I'll also try and hide in the canopy if I can.
All right. Use skill.
I will point out before you roll, you have no idea what Father and I are doing other than we jumped off this other side.
Yeah, you saw them jump off precipice in the wrong direction towards a red smoke signal.
So you have no idea what we're doing.
Actually, no. I would trust that they know what they're doing. I'm running.
You're running?
Yeah, I would trust that they know what they're doing with the red smoke signal.
Are you like use skill move or move?
Use skill to hide and then move.
Okay. What skill?
So. That's an 8.
You jump into the water, planning to swim, realizing that you don't have a way to breathe, and you resign yourself to swimming just underneath the surface of the water, so you can gasp your breath in necessary.
It's a very ominous back float.
It's your turn.
Into the water.
Oliver's swimming away. You saw him. He's not being very stealthy. You see those two jump off the precipice towards a red smoke signal.
Scratch still with me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'll follow Oliver.
Follow Oliver?
Follower, if you will.
Okay. Are you taking Scratch with you? So you can
Yeah, I can't swim, so if I jump, I'll sink.
I like to reiterate,
You take the air bladder and
the
you're like
two
a nautical
dumbasses
diver,
that
like-
jumped didn't know about the red smoke signal.
Like,
After not wanting to be up here in the first place.
I'm sorry, I thought that you did, and then you had sufficient time to clarify, so...
I apologize.
Alright, you get on Scratch. He seems initially confused because you are not his master, but when you give him enough hee-haws, he leaps off and starts swimming after Oliver.
I don't have to roll anything.
I mean, are you trying to be stealthy? Can you be
No.
stealthy?
3 movements.
Nah.
Okay. The round has passed. The Rathian is here. This is the Rathian. I have tokens for it, but you don't get to see it unless you want to fight it. For a few painstaking seconds, the Rathian paws around its nest, sniffing, turning some eggs over. It seems to be very antsy. Father, it's your turn. What would you like to do? Would you like to do anything?
No. How long will this air bladder last us?
Enough time.
I say we
How
just-
high do you roll on stealth?
I don't roll stuff at all.
Yeah, you rolled
Yeah, you
survival for a time.
Oh yeah, I did. I
Oh.
rolled a 16.
It might... No, 16's pretty decent. I don't know if it would be worth like spending actions to try and be more effective.
I say we chill and just wait for it to fly away.
That's my plan.
The Rathian's turn again?
It's like a 25 on stealth. I'm not risking it.
The Rathian's turn again then?
See, so you don't wanna...
See.
It turns to face the direction of the red smoke signal and lets out a curious sounding roar. Oliver, sorry, not Oliver, Ward, it's your turn.
Staying put.
When you say curious sounding, can you describe it in more detail?
I would like to...
Oh, Scratch, is that you?
Can I spend my action to perceive without breaking stealth?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm going to I will spend action 1 to look and action 2 to hear.
Bro, so you can
And
get all the flash salts in
What are
your
you
eyes.
looking for?
at the Rathian, judging its movements, trying to gauge what it might do next.
Roll perception at disadvantage.
So it's neutral. That is a 19 plus 4.
A few things. First of all, oh my god, there's a lot of treasure down here. You see a lot of glint of metal and material buried beneath rubble and sediment. Through the water, it's extremely difficult to make out what the Rathian is doing, but it's definitely facing your direction.
Okay. I will do one of these, like, since I assume Father and I are, like, literally just, like, holding on to each other to help
Yeah.
stay submerged. Call. I'll like kind of elbow you in the stomach just a little bit and just like do one of these and point down at all the treasure underwater. I like to think we both do one of these underwater.
Is it the Rathian's turn again?
And then lastly, I will just attempt to hand signal stay put of like it's still there. You and I stay put, kind of a thing.
I'm gonna look at you and like hand on my sword and be like,
as I hand you back the air or I hand you the air bladders, we just pass it back and forth. Hey, we're getting along.
You know what? Yeah, it's not. Our characters always get along. It's just inevitable.
Is it the Rathian's turn?
Yes, sir. Sorry.
It flies in your direction, and then overhead, past you in the direction of
the egg that it smells.
presumably, and then it's gone. Phew! That's a close one, game.
So treasure. Warden, father, see it fly overhead. Count to 5, and go look at the treasure beneath us.
Yeah, let's go get us some treasure.
It is under heavy piles of rubble and sediment.
I will do my best to pull free what I can by hand.
By hand?
I don't have anything else to...
Use the hatchet.
What skill would you like to use?
Oh, do you have a hatchet?
Yeah.
Can we work together? I would like to use acrobatics to try and be as pinpoint with the hatchet as possible.
I don't think that's an acrobatics check. Sorry.
A dexterity attack roll with the hatchet.
An attack roll?
Trying to
like
break
sleight of hand.
break through.
This would be sleight of
Yeah,
hand.
sleight,
Sure.
This is a straight roll.
Okay. 12 plus 4.
12 plus 4 is 16. Managed to clear some of the rubble out of the way. Looks like some rare minerals here. Oh, what's that? It's dragon salt. Here's what dragon salt is. Consume it for free for a spirit token, or use it to craft. It's a rare mineral.
Okay, can that fit in the kit?
It's forgeable. So yeah, it goes in the field pouch.
Minus 1 HP.
What?
I'm already down
Ah.
like 8 from the fucking monkey, so...
The next thing,
I'm listening.
half buried in the sand, is like globe ovular shaped. Almost like an egg.
Another shocking mechanism.
Do you reach out and touch it?
I will... Cole, am I holding onto the hatchet right now then?
Yeah.
I will, like, flip the hatchet backwards and make contact with, like, the hilt.
It seems heavy.
Okay, and then I will flip it and make contact with the metal part, like the blunt side.
The sound is muffled by the water, but it sounds almost like hollow?
Yeah.
You want... I will, like, point to it. Since we're underwater, right?
Can't talk.
Father, from your location, some of the rocks are moving. You look closely, and little scuttling legs
Oh,
and pincers from behind some of the rocks.
fuck this.
They're
noise.
converging on your friend over there.
I'm going to point at the rocks that are moving.
I will... My natural Olympic swimmer just goes straight up.
Abandoning the globe?
Yes.
Okay.
Boo!
Not even...
I don't know what these things are. I know nothing about them.
Ward surfaces in the water. Once the Rathian flees, do you two reconverge with the party then? Or do you keep fleeing?
I would like to defend my case real quick. I have no proof that that is not an egg, and I see small rocks with legs moving around. I have no idea this isn't a giant version of them. Okay? And after literally just being in a Rathian nest with eggs, or as I could put it, egg-shaped objects that grow into something with wings. Yes, I am fleeing without more consideration while underwater. You know what doesn't work underwater? My bow very efficiently, okay? I have defended my case.
Mechanically, there is no disadvantage on attacks underwater. That would be silly.
I've narratively defended my decision.
Are you two reconvening with your submerged brethren?
Do we follow protocol, keep running away from the red smoke?
Vision? Are you, Oliver's asking a question.
Sorry.
Are we continuing? Are we going to follow protocol, keep running away from the red smoke?
Yeah.
We're out of here.
You guys are out.
We're waiting for you guys to meet back up with us.
We're gonna go on Father's spiritual retreat. Meet back up with you. If you're running and you have a 200-meter head start, we'll never catch up to you if we have the same movement speed.
You reach what you assume to be a safe distance and then stop at a tree to rest.
Okay.
Father and Ward, you are still at the swirl.
Okay. Well, now that the Rathian's gone, I would like to get a sample.
You climb back up,
Yeah.
take Father's hatchet.
Yeah. And Father.
Ting. Sample gained. Sample achieved.
Father, investigate the egg.
Egg.
Father, do you pursue the egg?
Yeah.
You dive back into the water?
Wait, the underwater egg or the Rathian egg?
The
That-
globe?
That was the one that had all the rocks with legs.
How big are the rocks?
The ones with legs?
Yeah.
They're like the size of like a Fisher-Price toy car.
Oh, that's a crap.
Wait, like the little tight car?
Like the yellow one with the
Yellow, red?
Yeah, you
Oh,
know what
so-
I'm talking
Not small.
No, that is
That's like
that is a
half my
person-sized rock.
about? We're talking about in terms of megafauna, this is small.
Correct, but in terms of something you don't want to fight underwater with a sword.
It's a crab, what's it gonna do, swim to you?
And eat me! It's a big crab!
What's it gonna do, jump
You
at
made it sound like there were several of
There are
them.
several, but they're all on the ground!
Oh, well then
Alright,
yeah, I'll just
I
go
will-
back towards the goat.
I will return to the. I will tell you to hold on a second, go get the sample, and then come back to you, and then we can go look at it together.
There are several, what you've determined to be crabs with metal shells on the lake floor. We'll call it a lake. It's an estuary, but on the water floor. Just kind of petering about, snipping and snapping. They don't seem to be
While we're above water and talking, since I assume we both go up, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna go grab a sample, then we can go look at that. Also, you scared the shit out of me by moving rocks. I know it's not your fault. I don't know why I thought something other than maybe crabs. I'll be right
I
back.
didn't know what they were either, so I just didn't want you to get eaten by some
I appreciate it. I'm gonna go grab a sample, then we can go look at that globe
Wood
thing.
was traumatized by that monkey.
It threw shit in my face and dealt damage in the process.
It was clawing you, then it threw shit at
Oh, okay.
you.
So yeah, we'll go investigate.
You wait until there's a lull with the crab movement, and then you reinvestigate the globe.
Mm-hmm.
You touch it?
Yeah.
With your hand?
Yeah.
It's warm to the touch.
What's new pet?
It almost gives you like a static shock.
Do I know of any like electric type monsters,
Well,
for lack of a better word?
electric type.
That's fucking good. 21.
You know that there are monsters that have been able to channel the use of electricity, but you do not know of any from the Storm Village.
I'll look at Father, see what he's see what he's doing. Cole. I touched it and you saw a little bit of an electric shock, like a static charge off of it.
A big chunk of metal.
Globe-shaped object.
And I'll like put my whole hand on it and
Imagine the bonus we get from that.
When he puts his hand on it, you know like those Tesla coil things? You see like little sparks underneath the surface of the metal.
Oh wait, absolutely. Okay.
How large is this globe?
It's not a basketball.
Okay, then yeah, I'll pick it up and... Can I dislodge it?
Yeah. Quite easily.
To the surface.
To the surface. That goes in your field pouch.
This thing's gonna blow up the second it touches air.
Do you wish to reconvene with your party?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you know where to find this?
What would I call this thing?
A globe.
You fucking horn.
A fucking what?
I'm fucking a what?
Alright, gang. Oliver, Reggie, a thoroughly soaked ward and father approach you.
Cheers!
Why do you follow the red smoke signal?
Gonna be honest, didn't see it.
Yeah,
Yeah, because Xavier didn't ignite the flare himself. He made eye contact with both of us and jumped, so we
Don't
followed.
forget the coy smile.
Yeah, he looked at us
Follow me!
kind of seductively, and so we fucking followed and hid underwater.
He also had a big sign on his back that said, "Follow me."
Yeah.
That's what his cape actually is.
He gave you bedroom eyes, like...
Ba-boom, ba-boom.
I don't know, some weird music started playing. We jumped, and I found this, which is I will produce the
Globe.
metal globe.
It's still producing, like, static shock.
Yeah, of course fingers are touching it.
Did that hurt?
No,
It tickles.
it's warm. Kind of like when you when you got socks on, you walk on carpet for a long time. That's how it feels. Now I'll put it back in the bag.
That was well described.
It's the best
Can I look at it for a little bit?
I will.
How smooth is it? Like, or how perfect is it circle?
Glossy, like a mirror.
Can I try and roll history to see if I've ever seen or heard of anything like it?
Does this give in?
15.
Nothing.
This reminds me of the door.
Am I able to come to that? Can I attempt again with the door in mind?
The door was rugged.
Okay.
Oh, I thought the door like.
Sorry, the door itself was smooth, but the architecture surrounding it was rugged. This has like a definite silver chrome, like electrum color to it. It's not quite the shadowy reflection of the door.
Sorry, I just thought like very reflective material.
And how heavy is it?
Like 5-10 pounds.
So I can kind of like toss it back and forth a little bit.
If
And
you want to be doing that, yeah.
it more of like how you can hold a basketball and you like lightly.
Shift the weight?
Yeah.
How evenly distributed is the weight? Is that what you're checking?
Yeah.
It's at the bottom.
The bottom,
Okay, this is definitely an egg.
probably.
Where did you find that again?
Underwater.
Do I know of any?
Was there any other treasure that we saw?
There was more in like the sediment, but this was like the if you didn't want to deal with the crabs, this was the thing.
Okay.
Do I know of any piscine monsters or leviathan?
Piscine?
Yeah, piscine or
Are there any monsters pissing around here in the pool?
any piscine or leviathan class
nature.
monsters that are 25?
You know of
Or sorry, not 25, 22.
you know of aquatic monsters, but you know nothing that would match this description.
And the biologist was one of the ones that excommunicado, right?
Professor?
Oh, okay. He was a biologist. That's right.
Charles is a climatologist with only cursory knowledge of biology.
I don't know why I was thinking the dickhead professor was something other than the biologist. Okay.
I'm curious to know what this is.
Me as well. I can fit it in the field pouch though, which makes me feel like it's not an egg.
Your field pouch. So wild like a guy.
Vibe checks it.
Yeah, I would like to roll a vibe check
Senses
on
no
the
life.
globe.
I mean, it's giving you vibes of a nature.
Okay.
Can I look at it.
So
You want to look at it, Reggie?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
In what manner are you
I'm
using
passing the
Can I use
conch shell
survival?
around.
to, like, just tell me what you're trying to do, please.
Figure out what it is.
Yeah, full survival.
17.
shake, 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 shake.
Lick,
shake,
I
shake,
lick it,
shake.
of course.
Tastes salty.
Reggie, in reality, you are very clever because you remember what the professor said about the Rathian, which was that you were to hold a light below it.
I was gonna do that, but I didn't know if Ward would remember that.
So you ask for a light source if anyone has one.
Ward the smoker.
I got a flare.
I got my cigarettes on me
You got a flare,
Yeah.
and then
in
you
my
hold the
waterproof
flare up
bag.
behind the egg, and you hold your hand on the side so the sparks are joined to that side. There's definitely some kind of embryo-like shape in there.
Fire.
Well, whatever we know, this is a aquatic or amphibious type monster.
Probably a water type.
Yeah. That is at
Water electric,
Yeah,
for
go.
sure.
that is at least able to generate or perhaps or simply just conduct static electricity very well.
I will put it back in the bag. I'll definitely fetch a penny for sure when we get back.
Could how long did that egg look like it had been there? Did it look like it was buried or?
It was
Uh,
buried.
Yeah, I had to dig a little bit for it.
Alright. I guess let's move on then. We got our sample from here?
Yes, I did. I also got that as well. I'd call it a successful accident.
Okay, awesome. Shall we continue?
Mine had a miss in there on, somewhere.
Should we continue heading north then?
Mm-hmm.
To the intertidal zone.
Yep.
Should have brought a third one. I'm trying to make this last and struggling. Also, if we could be done by like 10:15 or so tonight, that'd be preferable.
Yeah, we can be done as soon whenever you guys want to be.
I just don't want to be super late since
I have work in the morning too.
As do I.
I just would like to get home to Jaden at a reasonable hour.
You are at a long sandbar. The water here is wide and shallow. Waves sort of wash across wide expanses of space. There are like tall brush-like grasses growing in some of the shallower spots. You can see sand and shiny rocks beneath your feet. Yeah.
No forbidden corn dogs.
No forbidden corn dog?
You are at the edge of the intertidal zone. You wish to enter it proper.
Yes.
Scratch!
The water's shallow enough for you to walk.
No, okay.
Do you choose to walk or do you ride Scratch?
I would walk.
Oh, right, scratch.
Scratch nearby, just in case.
Scratch. Get that guy.
Scratch my steed.
You do not walk for very far until you find blood in the water.
Whoa.
Pooling, spreading.
Oh.
How much blood?
Hold on a second. I have to look up a fun biology
How much
fact.
blood do people have?
Oh, yeah.
Approximately.
It certainly appears to be blood. There is a significant amount, not a lot, like not enough to saturate the area and cover your boots, but there's enough that you can spot it in the water. It's like a dull gray blue color. You only know it's blood because it tastes like iron. Actually, that's false. If it's a different color, it would not taste like iron. Sorry. You know it's blood because it's blood.
Yep.
I told you. Whatever.
What are we drinking, blood?
Slapping our retains.
Wow.
We're both swinging our arms.
There's blood in the water washing towards you from a distant spot. It is a dull gray blue color, which I should not have told you it was blood because that ruined the surprise, but it's fine.
I'm gonna look for a sample.
Uh,
Ward's here to do his
Sample.
job, to be honest.
Oh!
Do we know how much? So, based on
You're on my side
based
here.
on the amount, do I know if it would be like a large, like a medium-sized creature?
It is a small to moderate-sized creature from the amount of blood. I mean, the area around you, the sand is filled with shiny, glittering mineral. But if you want quality, like the ones you've been gathering so far, nada.
I will grab a shit sample for the time being.
You uncap the vial, lower your pants, and then scribble up some sand.
I will get a acceptable sample for the moment and keep an eye out for a better one. This was the I location.
The intertidal zone.
Can I? Is the blood pooling from somewhere?
It looks like it.
Can I go check out in the direction?
Do you approach?
Yeah.
Does the party accompany you? Party?
I will. If you give me 5 minutes
No.
to get the lower one, then I will.
Reggie, Father, are you accompanying Sir Oliver on his journey to find blood source?
Yes, I'm interested in the blood.
You like blood?
I'm interested in the source of why there's actively blood coming out.
How far of a distance was the swirls to us here?
They're about an hour or two apart.
Is it all water between the two?
It is deeper and deeper water and shallower as you approach the intertidal zone. The swirl is the deepest spot of the estuary, so it is like almost like a lake.
So, lake, sand belt, ocean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it would be lake, sand, ocean. Yeah.
Okay.
There is something glinting on the seashore off in the distance. As you approach, you see it is some kind of crab, belly up, pincers, like in the bug pose that you do as a kid, where all your things are sticking straight up.
Mm-hmm.
There is a large gash in its underbelly, and some sharp-tipped ashen gray scales embedded along its flesh. The carapace has been shattered open.
Does this crab look like the type that you guys saw?
And that looks like Nargacuga scales. Why the fuck would it be in the water? We should get back to land.
How far away is it?
Well, if you are able to view it in this detail, you are probably close.
I was gonna try and hook the
May I have
body
Doritos?
and try and pull it back to the shore.
Then you did that. Also, from here, Reggie, you can see something glinting off in the ocean itself.
Back to land.
So that's a secondary matter.
Once we're back on land, can I investigate the scales?
Yeah, little nature, medicine.
Do they seem like my initial question is, do they seem like Nargacuga?
Oh, yeah. You don't have to roll. You've seen it before, yeah. For sure.
And then my secondary question is going to be, how fresh is this kill?
Well, nature for medicine.
Nature, please. That is a 19.
Within the hour. Something odd has not been eaten. Just killed.
Is this the same fucking Serpentha that's just been going on a fucking murdering spree? It's like that scene from Jurassic Park. It's hunting for sport.
That's terrifying.
Everybody gets that
Who
reference,
knows?
right?
Maybe there's a Serpentha community, and they've developed intelligence, and they have a hunting competition every year.
They actually have a guild.
Yeah, maybe they have a guild, and they're trying to practice their hunting.
They have true ethics
Yeah.
and regulations.
Truly ethical individuals.
I want to get the fuck away from this thing, if I'm honest.
Well, if we were to look for more samples, where would you look? Or better samples?
What happened to the ward that was shooting arrows at monsters pursuing him?
That was the coolest shit I've ever done.
He's gonna ride that. He's the guy I peaked in high school.
No, it's... Yes, A, I peaked in high school. B, that is a life or death situation, whereas at the moment, it's optional.
Come on, you want an adrenaline junkie? Boo.
I did say, Reggie, you see something glinting off in the distance in the ocean.
Ward is not an adrenaline junkie. He loved that, but will not choose that. I think that's more in line with how I've played him up
I
to
was
this
asking
point.
that's all. I wasn't, accusing you.
No, I know. I'm defending myself towards Robert that Ward's willing and will have fun unless he dies or until he dies. But if it's not required, he would rather stay safe and get the job done.
Makes sense.
Innovation Electric is not not worth me putting my life in danger for no reason.
Okay, so we're on the shore. Where would we go then for a better sample?
There was the carnivorous garden and the...
No, I mean in here.
Oh. Gonna be honest, I don't know that we need a better sample. We'd likely have to go under water and out past the coast to find something better. But considering I have 2 great samples and 1 acceptable one, I think getting another acceptable one and going back, we're already double over expectations. A requirement to complete the job efficiently. Honestly, we could return with just what we have and we still did more than they asked.
Thoughts from the party, Father, Reggie? Reggie, I did say also that you know something glitching out in the sea, but that's another point. In terms of sticking around and fleeing, what are your thoughts, Father Reggie?
I'm also just thinking about what the Nargacuga did to that Rathian, and I don't want to be in that position.
Get out.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
You didn't want to
I
fight
just
the
want to get our
Rathian.
task done.
You didn't want to fight the Rathian, but you want to fight the thing that threatened it?
What is this, a Mogus? In your task?
Your tasking?
What do you think, Father?
Yeah, I don't think we are in a position to fight the thing.
The terrain is not in our
Nargacuga.
favor.
No.
This is
Sir
very
Panther.
shallow, actually. It is in your favor here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well then. Like, what it
This is the widest, flattest area of this whole fucking estuary you've been in. Because it's all shallow sandbar.
And with the future thing on it.
Nargacuga is like, or I don't know how much.
What's your question, Cole?
Would it be at a disadvantage in this environment?
No, it would be a flat field. An even field. Playing field.
How much information have we gathered on Nargacuga? Have we? I'm trying to think. Remember if what I'm about to say is meta knowledge or actual knowledge.
Just roll nature first.
Before you...
Okay, yeah. I'm guessing that 18 is good enough for
You had spoken to Xavier previously, and now you are giving him
Alright. Nargacugas like to ambush or jump monsters. I believe that's what we were told earlier, until we had seen evidence in the canopy with the Rathian and Rathios.
Oh, right.
So, finding in an open area where it doesn't have any cover or any place to ambush us.
Nargacugas can't even fly, actually.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't even want to engage in this environment.
It would not want to engage, and if it did, it would still be relatively fine for us.
Typically, it would not. From what I did know from our previous encounter is they're normally scavenging animals, and they eat from the leftovers of bigger prey that have been slaughtered.
No, they're not scavengers.
They're ambush predators.
They just ambush whatever.
I was under the impression that they were scavengers. Okay,
No.
never mind.
They only hunt to eat. They eat, but they don't kill for sport. But they still do. It still maintains its typical fighting pattern of ambushing.
Well, if this is the same one as last time, that marks at least 2 kills for sport.
Yeah, but it's still going by an ambush predator tactic.
Fair. Do we want to drag its attention? I mean, I can.
I don't think we want to get its attention. I just think here we don't have to fear it as strongly as we would other places. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I'm not actively seeking to fight this thing. I'm just saying that it is not. We are not in a danger zone here. We can take a moment to look around and investigate a little bit more.
If the three of you will stand watch, I will look for a better sample.
Reggie, there was that thing glinting down in the
Yeah,
ocean.
that's more what I was interested in.
Oh. I assume that's the Nargacuga.
The shiny thing?
It has every single interaction we've had or description of it is shiny silver scales.
Ashen gray scales.
Ashen gray scales.
Does it look ashen gray or just shiny?
It looks like metal.
We can go investigate if you want.
There are more crabs around here, but they're slow. You just kind of like walk around them.
Walk up to the middle. Or mystery material.
You walk to the far shoreline. Out in the distance, you can see what looks like the same material as the precipice, like a big chunk of electrum, but it's like drifting out of the ocean.
I use my hook to try and retrieve it. Yeah.
It's about
This is so
farther
weird.
away than we could reach,
Yeah.
unfortunately. You would have to do a little bit of swimming to get up there.
I can do some swimming as long as you guys can just watch my back. Let me just keep an eye and let me know.
I will draw my bow and kind of just track him, and I will knock a whistling arrow should something approach him.
Is anyone accompanying Oliver while he's swimming out there? Anyone at all?
I mean,
I'm not
I would
swimming.
cover at least, hey,
I'm not swimming.
Yeah.
I would at least keep an eye out and make sure, like, if he's gonna get ambushed,
You wanna
give him warning.
send Scratch with him maybe?
Yeah, Scratch will go with him and warn him if anything happens.
Alright. Good to have you, Scratch.
You do some swimming out on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn. This current's strong. You can feel the riptide pulling you out. Ugh, anchors. That was a cringe thing to say, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Well, but-
It's fine. I'll just wash back a bit first, Ross. I'll respawn.
As you swim closer and closer to the rock,
You reach the edge of the map and can go no further.
something seems odd about it.
It's a giant crab.
See, this is what we call the equivalent of modern day fishing. So, except it's something in the water fishing for something on land.
Yeah.
Something always struck you as odd about this. If this is a rock and it's drifting, how is it floating?
Mm-hmm.
And as you look at the reflection of the rock in the water, it looks off. Like the rock is like, we'll say it's like kind of this shaped, but underneath the water it's like legs. As you are just on the cusp of approaching, say like 30 feet away maybe.
Oh, could my hook not have? My hook could have reached up earlier with the slinger.
Did you want to shoot it earlier? I was assuming that the mystery of the object was more pressing to you than hooking onto it immediately.
I thought that it was a. How large? Could I get an estimation?
It's
on
the size of like a cart,
Oh shit!
or
Okay.
like a pickup truck. Actually bigger than that.
I thought it was like a chunk of metal that was
No.
like this big that I could like hook and like.
No, it's
drag
quite
to.
large. It's like the size of an RV maybe,
Okay.
Like a giant crab.
like a bus.
Like a giant crab.
How far out am I from them?
Them? Probably like 60 feet maybe.
Can I hook under one of them?
Yeah. Your hook sails off into
Spider-Man.
the distance. Father, because you were aware, you see Oliver's hook flying towards you. You catch it.
Sure.
You catch the hook. You feel the chain go taut. Someone has the other end.
Yep. I'll start slowly approaching and like trying to perceive/investigate.
For lack of a better term, it appears to be like gator shaped. There are thick, heavy limbs floating beneath a heavy shell-like back covered in chunks of flash salt material, electrum if you would. A small stubby tail kind of like acting like a rotor behind it, and a thick skull with axe head-like horns protruding out of the side. And it's just kind of chilling. He's kind of drifting in the area. And now that you're close, you can see a swirl-like pattern like we saw at the swirl surrounding it in the water.
Okay. And from there, I'll retract my hook and just go.
You return to the party.
Welcome back.
Hey, let's go back to
Has anyone heard of like a alligator or crocodile like metal creature with a bunch of flash salts on its back that also it makes like a swirl effect?
Nope. And
Cause that's what we've got.
Is that what you saw?
That's exactly what I saw.
That what you saw?
And I made sure to double check that is what I saw.
You blinked
My
a few
eyes
times,
wouldn't
rubbed
deceive
your
me.
eyes.
he went.
Does Oliver have glasses? I could see him having glasses. Dirty glasses.
He has like reading. He like has.
Does he have like the
glasses.
sports goggles for when we're doing our water
The
episode?
light specs.
He needs like reading glasses, but he doesn't have like.
He's got the Benjamin Franklin type
It's gotta
glasses.
be a little bit heavy dutier for combat.
No. I'm
They're
just saying,
reading
I have
glasses,
glasses
so he
for
doesn't have
reading
them.
glasses,
Oh.
but like I don't have glasses for like actual combat.
I see.
Like actual.
You're lucky to
Yo,
be
you-
this far-sighted.
Well, interesting. Not our problem, but very cool.
Something to report to the guild at least.
Has
Absolutely.
flash salts.
But, yeah.
Who's the guild?
Sorry. Our Innovation Electric.
Our
i.e.
benefactors.
The guild.
A sweet, beneficial, selfless benefactor.
I don't think it's worth engaging.
Not unless we're assigned it, because I assume they'll at least be interested in the biology of such a creature and how it interacts with flash salts.
I agree.
Specifically, I'm sure you're interested in that.
Would this be worth throwing up a green flare to...
Oh, not a green flare.
No. Because green is, like, useful opportunity.
Green is objective.
Yeah, objective. This would fall under the category of objective for the other team.
This is luring the other team to their death.
You think?
Is anyone getting death flags from this monster?
Getting real death
This objective is like something is already dead or something is incredibly wounded and is basically a free.
Okay.
That's at least how I interpret it. I don't know if the Blades of Sean interpreted it that way.
Who?
Blades of Sean.
Considering they summoned us to a Rathian nest, I don't know how much they fucking know.
That was the stupid members. Charles, was it? Look, Charles just wanted you to see the swirl.
That's fair. Alright. We'll take note and report back.
Should we send out a flare? Should we send out a red flare even?
Speaking of flares, Reggie, you've been kind of like half paying attention, I assume.
Yeah.
Off in the distance, you see a yellow flare.
That means...
Oh, we'll
That's
forget.
help.
Drop everything. Yeah, let's head over.
Okay.
Alright, we will end the session there.
Perfect.
There's a call for help.
We must answer the call.
So we followed the red flare. So Father and I will run the other direction upon seeing the
Wait, is
yellow
it from the
flare.
same direction?
This one is from the direction of the carnivorous garden.
Did they split up?
They were fleeing in that direction.
Oh.
All I know as far as where they were going is we chose wrong.
Why don't you guys want to fight the flying monster in the deep lake? Come on.
Let me
Doesn't make us
think. Let me
easy
think on that.
pickings.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's because it's a flying monster in a deep lake.
Well, here's what I would have done.
Me when I can't swim, so all I can do is be clearly visible.
All I know is I'm gonna line up a dragon piercer and drown myself as I'm launched further
You
underwater.
can swim just fine. Reggie sinks like a fucking rock.
Me when I give the flying gale monster
I'm built
a
like
bunch of topple
Bigfoot.
tokens that falls into the
Something is
deep.
a
I'm
bit.
a rock.
Sorry, what did you say, Red?
I said I'm built like Bigfoot.
Yeah, a little bit.
Before.
Yeah, well,
And I guess that makes Oliver my bell sheet.
we were on track, perfectly paced to pick the first combat encounter right in the session, and then you own it.
I think he's Baljeet. I'm Phineas.
Except, but I bully you.
No, you bully.
I guess Reggie doesn't actually bully you, but I bully you.
Yeah, you bully me.
I'm Baljeet.
I bully Oliver.
Some bullshit.
Personally.
I want to be Baljeet.
Not gonna
I
lie,
use the
bro.
bathroom and then I'm gonna go to bed. So.
Good night.
Oh, yes.
Not gonna lie, bro.
Yeah.
Stealing an A, kind of a ballsy tactic.
Bro, I'm just such a bullshit.
Okay, let's be honest. Baljeet would have taken the egg intentionally.
No, what
You
is
went-
Doofenshmirtz?
I said.
Hey, wait, go get an egg from
Oh,
the
a cool
valley.
thing. Oh, it's an egg. Okay.
Phineas, found an egg.
You gonna raise it as your own?
No.
There's been all set up and no resolution in this section.
No one wants to engage with anything.
We're edging you, Gabe.
Adios, y'all. It's premature. All right.
What is the term when you come prematurely?
Drive.
It's like an event.
No one is taking the bait.
And now, after I watch the video, I'll have Gabe's personal number.
Please, no.
Your reaction when you didn't realize until the end that I doxed you.
No one's gonna listen to it.
Well, that's why I felt safe doing it. If we had any form of an actual audience that was not just us, I would have not done it.
It's ridiculous. You guys have cleared like 2/5 of the exploration encounters, and you have not fought anything yet.
Maybe when we do not engage with any encounters that Gabe puts before us.
There comes a point where you're gonna have to fight the guy because I need to teach you about his mechanics.
Nope.
What's this? Flying is a status condition? No. I just hit things. What did I miss? Because flying is a status condition.
Womp
I
womp.
feel like a schizophrenic talking to himself.
You're not talking to yourself. You're talking to me too.
Yeah, you already know all that shit. I bet you clocked immediately with the glow whiz.
Yeah, but I can't know what that is immediately, so I don't.
I was really hoping that Ward would go after that guy with the egg in his pocket.
No one wanted to do anything, so I'm like, I gotta do something. I gotta do it.
My mistake was making it that you only needed to visit the locations instead of needing to find the mineral deposits. That was my mistake. I was like, oh, surely the team that has been very motivated by optional rewards so far will go this small extra mile to get the optional reward. Hey, I was wrong.
I guess I'm wrong.
I was wrong.
I guess I misjudged you guys.
Say, I thought you were cool like that. I thought that you were a badass, that you liked engaging with monsters.
Oh wait, shit.
I will give. That's all everything.
Oh, I thought that was cool stuff on there.
And this is my screen as well.
Oh shit. Alright.
My favorite thing is that Brad is traumatized by every monster now. I guess that's what happens if you throw shit in someone's face.
You mean when I throw the shit monkeys at him?
All those guys are getting annihilated by monkeys? Not a problem.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I clocked the second you said you had the monkey noises going. I'm like, it's not a Rajong, and I know exactly what type of monkeys he's gonna put in here. I knew Brad's only exposure to monkey monsters since he's from World is Rajong, so I knew he was extra scary.
Well, this is what I was thinking in the prep for this. I'm like, oh my god, I'm having that issue where my ecosystem is all big monsters and there are no small ones. Like, if I want to pick small monsters in any encounter, they all have to be Rockies. I don't have any more small monsters. So like, okay, I guess I'll just throw like a monkey and a crab in there. I guess that's my chair.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I guess I'll just throw like a monkey and a crab in there. It'll be fine.
They're being so cautious now.
It's Brad.
Brad's going off on everyone else.
Oh, that's okay. I'm forcing you into a combat encounter. That's just what it is.
Womp womp. I can't wait to meet Magic Nacris.